I was actually having a debate with it was late. Clips, I'm not gonna let you up here, brother. You're not blocked, but I'm not interested in hearing any of your stupidity today. Today's been a good day. And what you guys who have already made it clear that you only come up here to say stupid things, I'm not really interested. You don't have any intellect to speak of, and so there's really nothing for me to engage with. The only thing that's gonna save you is prayer. Now, having said that, guys, let me come up here, guys, to get the chats going. Having said that, I was actually having a debate with a Muslim on the Sword of Truth, who is another amazing Christian apologist, and we were speaking to a Muslim about the Islamic dilemma, and you guys won't believe. So, for whatever reason, we were like, hey man, listen, you gotta substantiate what you're saying. Like, he tried to go to conscious corrections, right? So he says, well, I don't know everything, but I know that the AI knows everything. So can I use Chat GPT to show you what I'm talking about? We were like, sure, no problem, go ahead. So he says, you guys are gonna think I'm lying. I kid you not. He says, Chat GPT, where does the Quran make it clear that it corrects the previous scriptures? And it came out and said there is not even one single verse where the Quran is claiming to correct or edit the previous scriptures. As a matter of fact, the only thing it claims to do in regards to the previous scriptures is confirm them. And this was actually out loud. I'm actually going to clip it. Sword told me that I can grab the clip. And I'm putting that on the second channel, guys. Brother Maverick 2.0. If you guys are not on Brother Maverick 2.0 yet, please sub to it on YouTube. It's been doing really well through the glory of God. All the debate clips do really well. And the channel's not even at 4,000 subs yet, but it's growing fast thanks to you guys. So, Buddha, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you can rise, brother. Give me a second. Duran will probably be ending soon, guys, and then a lot of people will probably spill over here. So, and if Duran wants to come chill on panel, he's been live all day. So, if he does come to chill, guys, he's probably just gonna chill. He's been live all day. So, Buddha. Buddha, hello. You asked to rise and then I rise and you don't say anything. He just ended. Okay, yeah. So maybe I texted him. I told him, but yeah, he wanted me to get in the box for the longest time. Next Saturday as well, guys. Duran and I will be live. Just him and I. It'll be 2v whoever. We're gonna be running Islamic Dilemma. We're gonna be running the Dilemma of Hira, the cave. We're gonna be doing it all, man. We're gonna see what people got, but. It is what it is. Buddha, you asked to be risen, and then I rise you, brother, and you leave. What's up with that, man? What's going on? Real Ashik. Real
hey, brother,
Ashik.
how you doing? You good?
I'm good. How are you, brother?
My name is Ashik Rasul. It means love of the final prophet. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
I see that you're a believer of God.
Yeah.
It's good to see. And I see that there's many other people on TikTok that believe in Christianity or Catholics or Protestant, whatever they are. And they have these pages where they're saying that they believe in God and they don't follow Islam. Mm-hmm. My one thing I have to say, and I've seen Muslims do it as well, say they believe in Islam, you shouldn't believe in Christianity. And it's like we're basically both sides are full of hate and shade on each other. One thing I would like to say is that when I meet a Christian on the street, when I meet a Jewish person, when I meet a person that believes in God, I just basically say, okay, you're a firm believer in your faith. I'm not here to mock your faith. I don't think there's anything that I can say to make you change your faith. That's one thing. I would rather sit with those people, look at our similarities, and then instead of us not going against one another, like the devil wants us to do, divide and conquer, we should go after the people that don't believe in God and explain to them that there is a God. Would that not be more better?
Well, I see where you're coming from. So it's not like I don't see kind of like where you're coming from as far as unity. I do understand where you're coming from. However, the issue with that is, brother, is that you have to understand that from our entire paradigm, we know, right? And in no way am I meaning this to sound offensive. We don't believe that you and I believe in the same God, right? So like, for example, if you were to convert an atheist from my standpoint to Islam, you're not doing them a favor because you have not now shown them the true God, right? And that's That to me is where the issue lies. That
Brother,
that
brother,
is
so
that is where that is
first and
why we're
foremost,
doing what we're doing.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from on that respect. I think it would be better to obviously to speak to atheists and say we obviously believe in a different faith. However, we believe there is a God. To speak to an atheist who's literally just lives his life thinking that's it. Once they're dead, they're dead. And explain to him how can you believe in such a way? Do you not believe that there's more to this world that meets the eye? For instance, you as a Christian, one second, you as a Christian, you believe in the fact that this human eye is far too complex to be invented by a bang. First and second of all, we cannot be our long lost cousins cannot be apes. You have to understand that if you ever go to a Christian, a non-believer, and say to him, "You actually believe that you came from an ape?" And then
Well, no, yeah, I know, yeah, I get you, real, but at the end of the day,
My name's
like I
Ash.
said,
Ashik. My name's Ashik. The reason why my page is called Real Ashik and Rani is because I've got too many fake accounts, people following me.
okay,
But
so no, I know,
point is this,
so I get it. Like you're kind of mixing two things here. You're trying to mix up, trying to convince people that there is a God, right? With doing the same mission. The problem is, brother, that Muslims and Christians don't have the same mission, right? You said that you're a believer of the final prophet, right? Who's in your estimation is Muhammad the final prophet?
in this context, I said I believe in God.
In any context, in any context.
In this context, can I give me a drink? I said you believe in God, I believe in God. Yet I do believe there is a final prophet by the name of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him.
Okay, now let's hold on. So let's start. Hold on, brother. I don't want you. I don't want you to machine gun too many points, brother, because I know you're excited about.
I love Prophet Jesus.
I know.
Love Jesus.
Okay, but that's the point. You don't. Okay, and I'm gonna explain to you why. That's why I'm not trying to have you say too many things at once. Now, you may believe that you love the Prophet Jesus, but
Yes,
you don't, because you guys lie about who he really is, right? And most of you, I would argue probably the vast majority of you, are not doing it on purpose. You're doing it because that's what you're taught. The issue is what you're taught is a lie, right? You're taught that he's not crucified. You're taught that he's not God. You're taught that he's not the Son of God. Well, the issue with that is that Jesus did teach that he came to be crucified, that he came to be the ransom, that he was the Son of God, that he was God. So you believe in Muhammad as a final prophet. However, what you think is a final prophet spent over 23 years of his life lying about who Jesus Christ is. So let me ask you, why should we believe anything that Muhammad has to say about Jesus Christ, who resurrected 600 years before he was even born?
So my first question, your first question to me should be, as you are a devout Muslim, and even when you go to a Jew, your first question to me would be a Jew should be, as you're a devout Jew, is there anything that I can say to make you go away from your faith? As you're a devout Christian, is there anything I could say to make you stop?
Brother, respectfully, what does it have to do with the question that I just asked you?
No, just because I'm going to get to your question.
No, I just want you to answer. If you could answer the question directly, I would really appreciate it.
I'm answering it directly. Is there anything I can say from you to go away from your faith? Anything?
What does that have to do with what I asked you, brother? I asked you a question. Why should we believe anything that Muhammad has to say about Jesus Christ?
1 second. Sorry, I'm reading at the same time. So, you do know that the faith of Islam was helped, it was saved also by a Christian ruler. Do you know that?
It's inconsequential to what I asked you, brother. Why should we believe anything that Muhammad? Why should we believe anything that Muhammad has to say about Jesus
That's what I'm trying to say
Christ?
to you, but you're not listening. So, okay, let me get to the point. So, how it works is this: is that there was a time when the Muslims had to flee. They went to a land of a Christian land. They spoke to the ruler there, who was a Christian ruler.
Have a good day, brother. Listen, guys, I'm all about having good faith conversations, but if you're not going to actually answer anything that I'm asking you, especially when it's in regards to what you're saying, then I'm not sure what you want me to do with you. You're trying to spread this happy, joy message about Christians and Muslims being on the same page. We're not on the same page. You're lying about Jesus Christ. Your book lies about Jesus Christ. It lies about who he is. It lies about who the triune God is. We are not doing the same mission. If you convert an atheist who is going to hell to become a Muslim, he's still going to hell. How does that help him? He was just fine where he was. Uncle Ben, you're on stage.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
So I'm a Christian now. As a former Muslim, the reason why I walked away was because I found several places in the Quran that was in contradictory to what the indoctrination of Islam teaches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so for instance, you were right. They teach that Jesus was not the Son of God and that he did not die. However, in the 19th chapter of the Quran, verse 33, Jesus said, "Blessed is the day that I was born, the day that I shall die, and the day that I will be raised to life again." That's one. And then when you go over the 6 articles of faith, well, the 6 articles of faith point towards Christianity and the Bible, and it points from Islam as a religion. And I've been a Christian now for going on 11 years, and I just got ordained as a minister. So,
amen. Amen. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's absolutely true, guys. I don't disagree with anything that he said. There are the reason that Islam continues to function, guys, is not because the paradigm makes any sense from a theological standpoint. The reason it continues to function is simply because people are not allowed to question, right? People are not allowed to apostatize, not officially, and not the way you do in Christianity or any other religion for that matter. Like Islam, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I could be wrong, but I never in over 4 decades of life have I seen a religion where you have to be afraid if you're thinking about not being in this religion anymore, right? And that is what is scary, especially for like women, right? Could you imagine being a woman in Islam and telling your husband, "Yeah, I don't want to follow Muhammad as a prophet anymore, or I don't want to be a Muslim anymore"? You will never be heard from again. You will never be heard from again. And I don't care, how many times people say it's better for women or anything else. It's not. It's not better for anybody. It's crazy for anyone to make that insinuation, which is clearly not true. Remas? Hello? Hello? All right, I'm going to assume that one was accidental. You have a child who can't be more than 5 years old talking about assalamu alaikum. Poor kid. I pray that he sees the truth at some point in his life, man. Yeah, guys, we were live with Duran for a little while. I was actually live with Duran, man, maybe 2-3 hours. I don't know. He was on for a while. He was on for quite some time. But I did get my little box battle in there. I was talking to a Unitarian, which is good, man. Like I talk to Muslims a lot, and I have no problem. Like I'm hoping we might get some Unitarians, Jehovah's Witness, something in here today. Everybody's welcome to request up. You can just talk about Jesus being God. If you don't think, argumentum and baculum, yeah, brother. Sure. Dawa soap, if you want to request up, go ahead and request up. It's a scam. I don't know what you're talking about, Neo. Kick, yeah, guys. Some people, if they want to give a quick testimony, it's whatever. Especially if we don't have any guests, it seems like getting guests has been kind of difficult. Let's see, we got somebody calling in Video Ninja, but it is the word is the way. Welcome, word. How are you, brother?
Shalom. I'm doing great.
Shalom, brother. Yeah, we I was talking about how I was live earlier on with Duran, and I was able to talk to a Unitarian who who claimed that everybody, even the first century Jews that understood that Jesus making himself the Son of God or calling himself the Son of God made him equal with God. He didn't. He pretty much was saying that everybody was mistaken, that their accusation was a mistake, and that Jesus corrected them, despite the fact that he actually didn't correct them, because he made it clear that he and the Father were working. Even today, they're working. He doubled down in John 5. Jesus doubles down when people are accusing him of not only breaking the Sabbath, but of claiming equality with God, right? And and then I actually hit him again, and I put his back up against the wall with John 17:5, and then he had to completely lie and say that the word cosmos, when Jesus established that he was present with the Father before creation, right, before the cosmos, this man had the audacity to say that lexically cosmos means people, which it doesn't.
What?
And even if it did, it wouldn't matter, because Jesus is still establishing himself in the presence of the Father before people, right? So before people, before anything, it wouldn't matter, because Jesus was there. So at no point is this an insinuation that Jesus was the first creation or something silly like Unitarians like to, but yeah, I'm noticing that Unitarians, you guys don't want the smoke, man. Muslims, y'all don't want the smoke no more. You guys are tired of losing these debates. You tired of losing to Jesus as God. You guys thought that you had something with how many gods died on the cross with the look, ladies and gentlemen, after Bear and Bought by Blood absolutely smacked around Queen Dawa about the mustard seed. You been hearing that argument anymore? Because I haven't. How many gods died on the cross? It's so bad. It's so bad. And that's the thing too, is that these top dawas, notice guys, they're not top dawas because they're defending Islam. They're top dawas because they're lying about Christianity. And that's a very different thing, right? So yeah, guys, it's been a very interesting 6 months. I would say that disaster between Libiano and Cora the Explorer and the Neckleys, man, that was a disappointment. But not not for the reasons you guys might think. For me, anyway. Now, I was pissed off that day during that debate, because you could tell that Cliff and Stewart were not prepared, and they were not prepared to deal with the deception that is Lesbiano and Cora. That was the issue, right? And they didn't have, it looked like, the theological explanations that need. Like, for example, there was one issue in Deuteronomy that Stewart took on, which his answer to me was just so bad, right? Where he was talking about how Cora, first of all, set it up deceptively in Deuteronomy, claiming that if you were to grape a woman, you had to marry her, right? Well, Stewart went along with it, and he said, well, yeah, that's the point, that it was fine because that was the consequence, therefore you wouldn't want to do it. Well, here's the problem. Had you even bothered to look at the Hebrew wording, you would see that the act that's being described in those particular verses in Deuteronomy is not about grape. It's about seduction, and it's about fornication. And that's why because 2 verses before that, it did talk about that act, and the punishment for that was actually death. So why 2 verses later are you saying something different? Because it's not talking about the same thing. One is actually talking about the assault of a woman. The other one is talking about seduction and doing things outside of marriage, which now you are forced to marry this girl because you decided to put your hands on a woman that's not your wife. She decided to allow you to do so. So now you will be married, right? But no, that's not where he went with it. And that completely irritated the hell out of me, because the way that he answered it made it seem like, yeah, no, that's no problem. You do whatever you want, and you'll just have to marry her. Like, no, God is not okay with you marrying a person who raped you, right? So just absolutely crazy. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know where to go elsewhere with that. What happened?
Mom's asking if you took Mamita's aloe vera.
Yeah, it's in the fridge. BBB is cooking East Side mods. Yeah, for sure. A is for Allah. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
You want to address the prompt?
Yeah. Who did he follow if he didn't follow God?
Well, the Allah of Islam is not the God we're talking about. We know that Jesus followed Yahweh, but Allah is not Yahweh.
Do millions of Christians say Allah, Arab Christians, for God in their Bible?
It doesn't matter. We're talking about the Allah of Islam,
Doesn't
brother.
matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're confusing the actual word with who it is. I don't care what word you use. What I care about who it is you're actually speaking to.
Yeah, sorry. You're going to have to try again because that made no sense.
Okay, let me say it for you slower.
No.
Just because you say the word Allah, right? If if an Arabic Christian, if an Arabic Christian
being
says the word
disrespectful.
Allah, brother, you're the one who made it seem like I didn't make any sense. So now I'll say it slower for you. You can say the word Allah, but an Arabic Christian who says Allah, yeah, of course you ran away, you fool. I just don't understand. It's like, it's not difficult. This is not difficult. Almadi, you're on stage, but you're gonna have to plug in whatever device you're on, brother, because it looks like your whatever you're on is about to it's not gonna make it, bro. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I'm adding in chat because there's something I did over here that I forgot I'm not able to control. Thank you so much for that super chat from Jeremiah for the $2. Why? What? Did I put? No, I didn't put anybody's video down, and he already knows that. If you here, guys, let me explain something to you because I'm surprised that I actually still have to actually say this. But when you rip somebody's stream, and then if he wouldn't have actually emailed me, I wouldn't have known about it. If a Jewish kid calls into my stream and then re-uploads my stream, and the content detection tool says you have been copyrighted and they have been requested to take it down, that's not my problem. First of all, I don't even look at other people's streams or other people's channels to know there's plenty of stuff out there about me. But if YouTube detected that he violated their TOS and decided to take it down, well, guess what? That's his damn problem. They have a very clear way as to how you can put other people's content up. Has nothing to do with me. All right. So sorry that I have content protection enabled on my YouTube channel. Not gonna apologize to you for it. The hell do I look like? All right. Almadi, what's up, man? Can you hear me? Oh, let me unmute you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Peace be with you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, man? What do
Wonderful.
you believe?
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 2. How do you contend with that?
No, I said, brother, what do you believe?
I believe in God.
Which God?
There's only one God, right?
Brother, are you Muslim? Are you Christian? What are you?
Nothing. I'm a man. I'm a human being. I'm not going to fall into your game, my friend. Answer the question. I just posed the question. You're challenging people to come to your stage. So here I am. And I'm
Wait, say that again, Harvest?
They did that to Logic last night on his stream. They kept sending that "Welcome to Hell" song. They kept doing it over and over, and Logic had to shut it down because he couldn't, block them. It was something that they're going around Christian lives and they're doing that. So be
that's
careful.
yeah. He said it's something they send, but it's just it's like a stick. They have to buy it.
Yeah, they buy it.
That's okay. If it's because what I'll do is I'll go into TikTok Live Studio and I'll just lower all the sound effects and they can't hear it at all. So if you want to keep spending money, go ahead.
Yeah, Logic couldn't disable his gifts for whatever reason. I don't know why.
You just got to lower the sound. All right, Almadi. I'm sorry, brother. Nobody's trying to play games with you. I don't give a damn about what you think I'm trying to do. I'm asking you a simple question.
I don't care what you think of me trying to whatever I am. What's that got to do with anything?
Because I like to know who I'm talking to when I'm asking questions so that I can know where I need to start my basis of questions from.
So you want to try to get a heads up on what I believe. So the first thing, Deuteronomy 33:2 proves Muhammad's a prophet. Deny it. Deny it. I dare you.
Deuteronomy
33, deny it.
He says he's not a Muslim, but let's see.
Tell me where's
bro,
Mount Paran?
shut your damn mouth, bro, because Mount Paran is not in Saudi Arabia. Is that what you're trying to get to?
Even if it was, that wouldn't really demonstrate. Hey, buddy.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
mute your mic. Even if it was in Arabia, that doesn't prove anything because the text is describing the theophany of God in the pillar of cloud and the pillar of fire moving through the wilderness. That's all it's describing. Nothing is about a prophet, a future Arabian prophet that whatever Muhammad fulfills, it's just talking about God. If you read the entire chapter, it's evidently clear this isn't a future prophecy of a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't
You can
Momo.
mute me all you want to get your point across, but if you ask me to be quiet, you can speak.
Can you refute my exegesis? Can you refute my exegesis?
So he's a Muslim,
Yes, I can
or
prove
he
you
thinks
wrong.
he's a Muslim. Go
Yeah.
ahead, prove him wrong.
I can actually prove you wrong.
Go ahead.
Because
Prove Deuteronomy 33.
Mount Sinai, what happened at Mount Sinai?
Prove Deuteronomy 33 is about a prophet. Go ahead.
What happened at Mount Sinai? Because it says the Lord came from Mount Sinai.
Prove
Well, who was at
Deuteronomy
Mount Sinai?
33
What did
is
they
about
get?
a prophet. Go ahead. The mountains are
Moses,
inconsequential. I promise you they're not going to help you.
Moses and the law. Now, where's Mount Seir located? What is Mount
I'm waiting for the
Gerizim
proof.
and Mount Seir?
Wait, so you think
I'm waiting for the proof.
Monty, hold on, Johnny. This is interesting because he said he just believes in God. He didn't want to answer what he is. But you believe Muhammad's a prophet?
Muhammad's my grandfather.
Okay. Yeah. You really are a stupid ass.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of my face, bro. Get the hell out of my face.
You might have mental.
Yeah, no, he definitely has mental issues.
Shrapnel in the brain.
Idiot. Nas, you're on stage, brother. What's up? Jesus is God and did not follow Allah.
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, if you go to chapter 3, verse 49 and 50.
Brother, of what? What are you talking about? Who are you? What do you believe?
I'm a Muslim.
Okay, you're a Muslim, and you want me to go to
I thought you would know by now, but all right. Cool.
Brother, you know how many people I talk to? I mean, it may for you a conversation with me may be life changing. For me, it was like Tuesday. Okay, I have no idea. No, I flatter myself. If you called here before, who's the one? I'm not calling you. You're calling me. So, what do you want? Jesus is God and did not follow Allah.
Yeah. So it's proven in the Quran and in the Bible. Yeah.
It's proven in the Quran and the Bible. What is proven in the Quran and the Bible?
That Jesus, he's a servant of God.
He's a servant of God. And you said the Quran and the Bible, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm starting off with 349 and 350.
That's fine because you just cooked yourself. Because if you're using the Quran and the Bible, well, the Bible over 100-something times makes it clear that Jesus called God his Father, which according to Surah Al-Maryam, ayahs 88 through 92, is blasphemous, causes the heavens to rupture and the mountains to collapse. So congratulations, Jesus is not. You literally just did my work for me. Appreciate you.
Can you just go to the verse and stop repeating that trope that you always go through about the father thing? And
did you say Quran chapter 3 verse 49?
It's a relevant word because you're calling it a trope. But the problem is that the only reason you're calling it a trope is because you don't have the intellectual fortitude to deal with it. Because you, of all people, should know that God's not a father, that God cannot have a son, that when people do this, it causes the heavens to rupture. Okay, well then that means, according to your false book, that Jesus was causing the heavens to rupture and the mountains to collapse every time he referred to God as his father. As a matter of fact, in the very verse that you guys run to say that Jesus prostrated, he called God his father. So it's not a trope, it's called facts. See, I'll tell you what's not a fact. That he wasn't crucified, that he wasn't the son of God. See, these are not facts. These are just things that your prophet said.
You're just shifting, you're going all over the place.
All over the place because I'm talking about Jesus being the son of God.
I was even going to go to the prostration verse.
Go to whatever, brother. You can go to whatever you want. Go ahead.
Yeah. So 349 and.
Yeah, bring that up, Maverick.
Please. I got it. 349 and 50, right? Oh, excuse me, guys.
Start with 49. You're gonna love this.
Yeah. Just because he created by the permission of
349 says, and will make him a messenger unto the children of Israel, saying, Lo, I come unto you with a sign from your Lord. I fashion you out of clay like the likeness of a bird, and I breathe into it, and it is a bird by Allah's leave. I heal him who was born blind, and the leper, and I raise the dead by Allah's leave. And I announce unto you what you eat and what you store up in your houses. Herein verily is important for you if You are to be believers. And then 50 says, and I come confirming that which was before me of the Torah, and to make lawful some of that which was forbidden unto you. I come unto you with a sign from your Lord, so keep your duty to Allah and obey me. So how does this help you? Please explain to my audience how this even remotely helps you.
Well, yeah, he's identified as a messenger of Allah in this, isn't he? And
okay, so having one title does not necessarily preclude other titles. For example, in the Bible, Jesus was called Rabbi, he was called Teacher, he was called the Christ, he was called God, he was called many things. Having one title doesn't mean you don't have other titles. So I don't care if the Quran simply calls him a messenger, because the Quran has shown us many times that when it refers to historical figures, not only Jesus, other people such as Joseph and the Pharaoh and the disciples, it gets the accounts completely incorrect.
I mean, this verse lines up nicely with Acts 2:2.
Acts 2:2.
No, it doesn't.
Hold on,
No,
it's okay. We'll go to Acts 2:2 and we'll explain to him why, Word. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring up Acts 2, and then when I read it, you can explain to him why it doesn't work.
2:22.
2:22? Okay, Acts 2:22 here. I'll go down. I'm already on 2. So at 2:22 goes as follows, guys. Men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man attested to you by God with mighty works and wonders and signs that God did through him in your midst, and you as you yourselves know. Now watch this, guys. He read
Boom,
22.
there you go.
Yeah, boom. Now watch this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna boom your ass with context. Watch this. Verse 23. This Jesus delivered up according to the definite plan and foreknowledge of God, you crucified and unalive by the hands of lawless men. God raised him up, losing the pains of death, because it was not possible for him to be held by it. For David says concerning him, I saw the Lord always before me. Boom, boom. For he is at my right hand that I may not be shaken. Therefore, my heart was glad and my tongue rejoiced. My flesh will also dwell in hope, for you will not abandon my soul to Hades or let your Holy One see corruption. Word is the way. Who is the Holy One who was not allowed to see corruption?
That's Christ.
Damn. But wait a second, Nas. Boom. You thought you had something with the boom, but you didn't read the subsequent verses that actually confirm the crucifixion, which your false book denies. Damn. Boom.
If I might add also,
boom.
Acts chapter 2
No.
calls Jesus.
Hold on. Let's do one more time. Boom.
Keep your hair on, man. Calm down. It's only the beginning of the stream.
Boom.
Don't
Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
Let me chew my food really quick, and I want to chew in the mic.
Yes, chew in the mic. I want to hear it. I want to hear it in HD.
Hey, man, what the heck?
Do you realize the problem with the scripture that you went to?
Oh, Word, I was going to... Actually, go ahead.
Yeah, chapter 3. I'm just going to say this real quick, and I'll turn it to you, Johnny. Chapter 3, verse 49 is the verse in the Quran where it says Jesus made birds out of clay and brought them to life. That's from the Gnostic Gospel of Thomas, the infancy Gospel of Thomas. So you actually went to a scripture that copies a Gnostic, aka forged gospel. It's fake.
No, that's
You're
begging the
using
question.
that.
It doesn't copy anything. You just asserting that on the verse.
No, sir. This is
because that is.
Hold on. So word, real quick. I just want you to know, Nas, that not only is that factually correct, but your own top Dawa bros actually confirm. Word is the way actually was having a comment section debate about this with Yemeni of all people. Yemeni, okay, one of your top Dawas, and Yemeni himself acknowledged that they got this from Gnostic Gospels and then tried to shift and say, but because he took it from a Gnostic Gospel, a heretical writing, doesn't necessarily mean that there's no truth in it. So what the hell is your position? Because the guys who do this for a living are saying that he did do this, but now you're saying he didn't. So which one is it?
I mean, who cares what they say? I mean, you guys.
Oh, who
berate
cares
them
what they say?
for-
Okay, great. Okay,
you
go ahead,
guys
Word.
berate them for misusing the Quran and misquoting it, and now you're using them to support your point of view. I mean, they're no
Well,
authority above me.
wait a minute.
On the
I
Quran,
I
right?
did not misquote the Quran. You gave a reference to a particular
No, I'm
scripture,
responding to the
right?
host because you're saying the top Dawa guys, bring this up and connect it to,
Right,
the
but
Gulf
what he
stuff.
said is true. I did have this exchange with Yemeni, and his position was just because he's quoting something from the Gospel of Thomas does not mean that it is false, which is crazy. If you knew about the Gospel of Thomas, the infancy Gospel of Thomas, this is a forgery. It's long after the other epistles from the apostles. No one can verify who it came from. There's no chain of where it came from. Nothing. It was just a Gnostic tale, period. And
We're not asking for
borrows
your
from
we're
that.
not asking for your chain of authentication. We have a clear chain going back to the Prophet and who delivered the Quran to us, and it's in there.
I'm
In
sorry,
terms of
why?
obviously every prophet was given certain miracles according to his time and place, and in Jesus' time, these kind of things, people were pretending and faking,
Muhammad did no
charlatans
miracles.
to do
What are you
such
talking about, bro?
things.
Muhammad didn't do no miracles.
The
What are you talking about?
charlatans in Jesus' time was, like they would try and, like.
So if every
pretend to raise
prophet,
people from the dead.
so if every
So every
prophet did
prophet was
miracles,
given, like,
Nas, hold on,
miracles
brother.
necessary to
Nas,
his time.
here, let me help you out. Let me help you. If every prophet did miracles, then why didn't Muhammad?
Yeah. The Quran is the main miracle of the Prophet.
Oh my God!
Well, here let's grant. Hold on. Let's grant that the Quran is a miracle for the sake of this conversation, right? I didn't ask you because according to you, the Quran is the direct word of God. So that would just be a miracle from God, right? Just giving it to somebody. I didn't ask you about that. I said, why did Muhammad not do miracles as is actually attested to in the Quran? That's what I'm telling you. We know that Jesus did miracles, but Jesus is also God, which is why he was able to do the things he did by his own authority, which is why the Pharisees even said, who is this man to forgive sins? For only God can forgive sins. Duh, because Jesus is God. Muhammad has nothing like this.
I mean,
there's something afterward that I would like to ask him.
List of, if you look at the proof of prophethood, there's a book by Bayhaqi.
Oh my gosh!
There's a list of miracles he's done, and even
no, there's not, brother. Because if that was Nas, if that was the case, brother, you are now saying that what is said in the Quran is false. Because in the Quran, people asked him why he did no signs, and he said that he was only a warner.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, just going back to your earlier point, he can be a warner and a.
Y'all can have him, man. Y'all can have him.
Messenger.
Okay. Let me take this over. So look, when you appeal
to
the
moon as warranted
George,
by the
there was something I was going to ask him.
Please hold on.
Yeah, George. Johnny's been waiting to talk to him real quick. So let Johnny make his point real quick. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, just on the what's it called, the chain of narration point. How supposedly you have something going back to Muhammad. Do you have any kind of chain of narration that goes back to the Islamic Jesus as opposed to the Jesus of the Bible that we can look at?
Going back to the Islamic Jesus, Isa.
Yeah, brother.
That's what you're asking. Yeah, well,
it's not. I mean, we don't believe that Isa. We don't believe that Isa is Jesus. But yeah,
can I get a word in without you like?
Sure, go ahead. Before you start crying, go ahead.
This is the reason why in since the invent of Islam with Prophet Muhammad that we have like a strong chain of narration and everything has to be attested through each man going back to the Prophet because of what the previous nations did with the previous prophets and corrupted their messages and made copious errors and then those errors were.
Do you have one to Jesus though, from Muhammad to Jesus?
So, yeah, we don't have it directly going back to Isa, but because of that, after that, and because Allah promised to protect the Quran and this remembrance, therefore we have a clear narration on it. Everything's authenticated. And every man who
everything's authenticated except for the chain of narration from Jesus to Muhammad.
Well, the Quran verifies the message of the Jesus and it restores his true message.
Okay, great. Nas, so let's talk about that then. If the Quran is restoring the true message of Jesus Christ, then again, the burden is even heavier on you to substantiate this chain back to Jesus Christ, because there's no connection from Jesus to Muhammad. You're saying it's restoring his true message. So where can we find the actual original true message of Jesus Christ?
Oh, I know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Where can we find that?
So, go ahead first.
The Quran. So circular reasoning. So the Quran says it, therefore it's true. Well, that's interesting because you tried to make a tie from 349 and 350 of the Quran back to Acts chapter 2, verse 22, right? But then you ignored the fact that this is very clearly stating that Jesus is God and was crucified. Okay. So I don't understand. Are you only connecting verses that taken by themselves seem to connect by what you're saying? Except here's the problem. Is there an issue for you that in the rest of Acts, the subsequent verses make it clear that Jesus was crucified, which now contradicts Surah 4157?
What? Which the very next verse you're saying?
So let's look at it. This Jesus delivered up according to the definite plan and foreknowledge of God, you crucified and unalive by the hands of lawless men. That's verse 23. You gave me verse 22. You ignored verse 23. Okay, so are you still looking at the book of Acts? Are you still looking at Luke as a reliable author, even though he just gave us a verse that is historically and theologically corroborated in the Bible and even by hostile attestations? Are you still looking at Acts as reliable, even though it is basically telling us that Surah 4157 is complete hogwash?
No, I'm using the Quran as a like a barometer to judge the between truth and falsehood.
Okay.
And as 548 says, it is like a guardian and preserver of.
It is a guardian and preserver. Does it say that it is? Does it say that it is? Does it say that it is the? Okay, so does it say that it is here to correct or restore the message of Jesus?
Wait, it's not like an academic book. It's not going to literally say I'm correcting it on page number 1.
Okay,
and,
brother.
This verse.
I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back. You said, and quote, that the Quran restores the original message of Jesus. Is that not what you said? Okay. Yeah. Now, show me in the Quran where it claims to restore the original message of Jesus.
Isn't that exact word fallacy?
No. Ladies and gentlemen, did I say show me in the Quran where it says exactly that? Or did I say show me in the Quran where it makes that claim? I don't give a damn how the words are arranged, brother. I care about the claim being substantiated, even by inference, for goodness sake.
So yeah,
we don't use verbatim fallacies.
Right. Surah 19, the passage in Surah 19, his birth. So they're obviously this clearly saying that he's Abdullah, he's a slave of Allah.
Brother, I didn't ask you to give me more verses in the Quran that mean absolutely nothing.
I mean, you can infer from them that he's...
How? Which verses can you infer that this is saying that the Quran is restoring the original message of Jesus? Where?
You can infer because it's
we can infer? Okay. Which verses are you talking about?
After this... There is something I definitely want to point out.
Okay. I'm sorry, what? 19 what?
Chapter 19, and it's, I think, 78.
19 verse 78. 19 verse 78 says, has he looked into the unseen, or has he taken from the most merciful a promise?
No, that's not the one, sorry. 1 second, let me find it. Yeah. So 1919.
1919. Okay, so you're off by about 60
and onwards.
verses. 1919 and onwards. Okay. So how long is it going to be before we see? All right. He said, I am only a messenger of the Lord, that I may bestow on you a faultless son. Interesting. She said, how can I have a son when no mortal has touched me, neither have I been unchaste? 21. He said, so it will be. Your Lord said, brother, what does this conversation with Mary have to do with what I asked you?
This is basically this is the story of Jesus, from his miraculous birth. Yeah, if you go on to 1930, then it
now it's 1930. Okay, so 1930, guys. All right, 1930 says, Jesus said, indeed, I am the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet. Okay, so the question that I asked you was, to show me where the Quran makes the claim that it is restoring the original message of Jesus. In what universe can inference be utilized to read these words consecutively and come to the conclusion that the Quran is restoring the original message of Jesus? How?
Because before the Quran, whatever's been mentioned about Jesus is clearly being, overridden here.
Naz, you're doing a number on yourself, brother. You are doing a number on yourself that I mean you have dug so far deep that people can't even see you anymore. Okay?
With your ad libs. Well, what do you exactly want? You want the exact words to say
I want you to substantiate what you're saying based on your book, because the claims that you're making are just you making claims.
So in your book, he's obviously you claim that he's claimed to be a god and like people worshipped him, yada yada yada. And in this, obviously, with these verses is clearly restoring his true message that he was a messenger of Allah. He worshipped Allah.
Okay, so again, you're making the same claim absent evidence. You're saying that it's restoring his original message. The problem is, from a historical standpoint, there is no message that even remotely agrees with the Islamic version of Jesus. There are no manuscripts or any archaeological findings ever that align with Jesus ever saying something that is stated in the Quran. However, when they do find more manuscripts, and they just found more, not but a couple of months ago, it once again reemphasizes that the Christian doctrine has not changed. There's nothing in history, brother, nothing that corroborates that what the Quran says about Jesus is remotely true. So it doesn't matter. That's the point. The Quran is not a holy book. It's a book of blunders that you're trying to go to that doesn't contain the information that you need. So you're literally trying to mix it up with your ad hoc explanations. And then when I ask you to show me how this is true, you end up just giving me this crap that has nothing to do about restoring Jesus' original message. As a matter of fact, when you read Surah Al-Ma'idah, ayahs 43 through 48, it is very clear about what Allah thinks about the previous scriptures. And in no way does it talk about restoring the original message. In no way does it say that the previous scriptures are corrupted. And then it instructs Christians and Jews to continue to follow them. So what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, see, now you're shifting to different ones. So yeah, obviously 543 to 548, combining three different revelations. And if you harmonize them, then yeah, like if you saw them through the light of the Quran, yeah, you will be able to tease out the real message of the previous prophets.
Tease out the real message. So now, ladies and gentlemen,
follow the final prophet.
Now we need to tease out the final message. We need to tease it out.
Extract it,
We need to tease it out. Now, here's what's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. The Quran claims to be a detailed explanation of all things. And now we need to tease things out. Now we need to use inference to truly understand the message of God. It needs to be teased out.
Or extracted.
It's not right there in front of your face for you to see, even though this is God. This is God, right? This is God. But we need to tease it out. So basically, for the Quran, we could just make anything mean whatever the hell we want it to mean. I can read this verse and say that every Tuesday, I need to go have frozen yogurt with 3 random people because that's the message that I teased out of this verse.
I don't want to engage in your nonsense ad-libs and...
Nonsense ad-libs? You stated that the Quran was here to flesh out the original message of Jesus Christ. And when I asked you to show me that, you can't, because that's not actually what it says in the Quran. Then when I made it clear to you what the Quran actually says about the previous scripture, not only in Surah Al-Ma'idah, but in Surah Yunus, I don't want the excuse. Bro, stop crying, because I made it clear that I was not asking you for an exact word fallacy. I told you to show me anywhere where it's claiming to give us the original message of Jesus. That was your claim. So I asked you to show it to me. And you haven't shown it to me. Your AI is failing you, and then you're getting mad because I'm reading this verse and I'm reading it with my brain instead of listening to it with my Muslim heart. Well, the problem is, brother, I don't have a Muslim heart. I have a Christian heart that lets me see right through deception. And this book never claims to ever restore the message of Jesus. Where can we see that in the book? Where?
Well, yeah, these verses and also the verses where it says, do not say free, and Allah is not the third of the free, and
Okay,
I mean,
that's
like, if you're
that.
looking for an exact word, and
No, I'm not looking for an exact
to
word
say,
fallacy, but it
correcting
is saying those things because your prophet didn't understand what the hell he was talking about. It says don't say three, say one, right? But then he also claims that the Trinity is the Father, Son, and the Mother Mary. So it's clear that your prophet didn't know what the hell he was talking about. The same way that he said that Mary was the brother of Moses and Aaron. Like, so please do not hinge your conversational skills.
Saying don't say free is obliterating all forms of Trinity from
It's not, brother. It's not obliterating. It is not obliterating. It's not obliterating anything because this was Muhammad trying to not have people talk about the Trinity in Christianity. This isn't about Babylon. This isn't about anything else. Okay.
But it's obliterating all forms of Trinity, right from the Babylonian area to the Egyptians to the Greeks and obviously to the Trinity you guys
what is the Christian belief of the Trinity even in the 7th century at the time of your prophet? What was it? Who were? Thank you. What does your Quran say that it is?
Obviously, there's denominations of Christianity.
No,
Nas. Mary as well.
Nope. Because Catholicism, Catholicism does not believe the Trinity to be that Mary is the part. As a matter of fact, there is no denomination that believes that Mary is a member of the Trinity. That has never existed. So I'm going to ask you again, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to distract from the part where your prophet thought that's what people believed, but he wasn't intelligent enough to actually know who the members of the Trinity were. So I'm going to ask you again, and if you don't answer directly and honestly, I'm going to move on. Who does your book say are the members of the Trinity?
It mentions, Jesus, his mother.
Thank you.
And Allah, but also it says, do not say free.
Yeah, I know. But Nas, it's irrelevant. You know why that's irrelevant, Nas? You know why that's irrelevant? Because your prophet is saying not to say three, but then showed everybody that he wasn't even smart enough to know who the three were. The same way that he claimed that Jesus said that, why are people worshiping my mother and I? In the 7th century, people were not worshiping Mary in that way. People do not worship Mary. Having reverence for her.
They ask her for favors. They pray to her for like.
Nas, you're confusing. Brother, you're confusing. Nas, you're confusing intercession with prayer and worship. Okay, and you clearly don't know the difference. Nor did your prophet. See, that's the issue. That's the issue. You want us to think that it's obliterating something when he clearly showed that he didn't understand it.
Okay, all
By the way,
I need to bring you
really quick, Nas. Hold on. Just really quick. George did say, hold on, brother. Hold on. George did say that he wanted to talk to him. Okay, yeah, but just wait a second. Just moderation stuff here. George did say he wanted to talk to him after my point. I would hate for me to be the reason George doesn't get to talk to him.
Go ahead. You guys go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So I'm George, otherwise known as Reformer. Yeah, basically what I wanted to mention is when you appeal to the hadiths and other possible reports, according to which Muhammad performed miracles, well, you're simply contradicting the Quran, because in the Quran, Allah excuses Muhammad's lack of miracles over and over and over and over and over again, because in the Quran, we read about people asking Muhammad for miracles over and over again, but Muhammad is commanded by Allah to say, well, even if I was to give you guys miracles, you would say that it's nothing but pure magic. That in another instance, again, people ask Muhammad for miracles, but Muhammad says, am I anything but a plain warner? I'm just a messenger. In other words, he's saying, all I'm here to do is to deliver a message. I ain't here to perform no miracles. The only two passages in the entire Quran, well, at least I'm aware, there could be more. The only reason why we should believe in the message of Quran according to Allah is the passage in the Quran where it says, had the Quran come from anyone else besides Allah, it would have come with much contradiction, which is a ridiculous argument. And the other argument of Allah in the Quran is, well, as for you who disbelieve in the Quran, if you think that this book is not from Allah, then try to produce something like a chapter.
Yeah, Surah
I
like
think it
it,
says,
yeah.
found within the Quran, and call upon anyone's help besides the help of Allah. And basically, and I'm going to mention it once again, Maverick, because I love using this argument. Basically, this is a 7th century call to a divine rap battle.
George, you sound very far away, just so you know. You sound really, really low and really far away.
And it sounds really distant. I can barely make out what you're saying towards the end. You still there? Hello?
He's there. He's fixing up his mic. Just give him a second.
You're still very quiet, George, but you're like a faint voice.
Yeah. You there, George?
Typing.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Shall I respond to his initial argument?
Okay, you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so up until what part did you hear me?
To the
when
point
you
where
started
you
making the analogy.
about the challenge of bringing a surah like the Quran.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Basically, this is a 7th century call to a divine rap battle, where Muhammad tells people, if you guys cannot produce a rap like mine, then you have to admit mine is divine. Now, dude, if I was to walk up to you on the street and tell you, if you cannot produce a rap like mine, then you have to admit mine is divine, would you take me seriously?
No, I think you're missing the point though. Like basically, each prophets, in different times they were like sent with miracles. Obviously, the miracles of Jesus, they were proofs for them people at that time. The miracles of Moses, they were proofs for the people of that time. The sea split and stuff. Obviously, we didn't witness it, but we believe it because we have faith. Now, obviously, the time of the prophet when he was sent, the Arabs, they were well versed in poetry and they had pride themselves in this, and they felt like nobody can outmatch them in this. So this is why the Quran was revealed and as a poetry, well, not a poetry, but like a literally masterpiece, and he outstripped them and challenged them to bring something like it, and they couldn't. The best of them couldn't, and even to this day, this challenge stands. So this is the difference and miraculous nature of the Quran. It's like
okay, you know what? Hold on. You know what? Peace.
They will fail.
Okay, now so I think I don't know if Peace is still there, but
the challenges are according to the time and
Nas. Okay, now you said that already, brother.
So obviously the Quran came.
Okay, here I'm gonna mute you now because it's just like you just have no self control. You literally You literally repeated yourself many times. Now, George, if you want to engage with him, go ahead. But Peace actually has a very good question. Yeah, we can hear you, bro. We can hear you. Peace actually has a very good question when this comes up, George. So when you're done, I want Peace to ask him, because every single time this comes up, there's one question that she asks which they can never answer. So go ahead, George. Finish. If say whatever you got to say, and then we'll go from there.
The miracles in.
George, go ahead.
So okay,
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's
obviously like in Islamic theology,
Nas, hold on, brother. You answered Nas. Nas,
So
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Maverick.
Okay, Nas, can you still hear me, or are you just talking past everybody?
He's talking past folks.
Okay. Yeah, Nas. Okay, so here's the thing, brother. George is gonna make his statement, whatever he's gonna say, and then I'm gonna direct you to Peace because this is actually a good point. But go ahead, George. Finish up, and then and we'll bring her back. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll try to be quick. Okay, so it's definitely not true. So you still gave me no good reason for me to believe in the Quran, and it's not true that the Arab pagans could not produce poetry like the Quran, because there are actually accounts about Arabs taking on this challenge of Muhammad to produce something like a chapter found within the Quran, and I remember a certain account where this non-Muslim came up. He came up with a chapter. He came up with a recitation, actually, to be far more precise, and then he asked to the audience, based on what is Muhammad's recitation better than mine? The Muslims had no valid response. All they could do was turn their backs and leave and grant Muhammad the upper hand. That is basically what happened. I'm done.
Yeah, that's actually great, George.
Right, okay, yeah.
So go ahead,
so let
Nas,
me respond to
respond,
that.
and then I'm gonna then Peace, because I love when Peace does this. But go ahead, Nas, respond.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, for example, like the shortest surah is called Surah Kawthar, yeah, the abundance. So, although it's a short surah, but it's called the Kawthar abundance because obviously, the Prophet was promised, a river in Jannah which is abundance, and through him, like many will be guided, and his nation will have abundance. So, in that, there's like many literary devices and rhetorical devices used, and different words, new words are introduced in that. And obviously, when Quran came, it actually owned the Arabic language, and it became the standard. And now every grammarical book that is written in Arabic, it uses Quran as the standard. And also it was delivered live, yeah, and no revisions, without any prompts, without having to re-edit it. And it has to be delivered live there and then. It has to include prophecies. So yeah, whoever that guy you're quoting, obviously he didn't do any of that. He didn't match any of that challenge. And obviously he must have revised his whatever
All right.
gibberish he came up with.
Peace.
So that's the response to that.
All right, Peace. Go ahead. He said it was gibberish. Whatever that guy came up with was gibberish. So, Peace, you there?
And also, like, no, you're missing the key point. The Quran was delivered live in one point, and there was no edits, there was no revisions, and also included prophecies.
Okay, so hold on. So hold on,
Nas.
Nas.
The language and introduced new words into the Arabic language.
Okay, Nas, hold on 1 second. So you said the Quran was delivered it was delivered all simultaneously at one point?
No, wrong. I said it was delivered live, like in one point. There was no edits to it. Like the Prophet, as soon as he received revelation, he had to say out there and there. It wasn't like he was revising it, he was editing it like people do now, try to meet the challenge.
Okay.
And they miserably fail.
Okay, so I literally want to smoke you on everything you just said, but I'm gonna exercise decorum. Go ahead, Peace.
Good boy.
Are we? Yeah, we're not doing that, bro.
Yeah, seriously, bro. Because I'll embarrass you and your prophet real quick. So
He started it.
I would shut.
How old are you?
Shut the hell up, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead,
How
Peace.
old are you? Are we? So are we talking about the whole verse? About the criteria of the verse?
Yeah. He's saying that no one can produce anything like it, and I know you love that. Too. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just funny because like they say that a lot. Because I asked this question as far as like how people know the Quran is from Allah, and a lot of people bring this up about nobody can produce anything like it. So I'm looking for like what that even means. Like, is there like somewhere in your sources what like it even means? Like, what's the criteria to produce something like the Quran?
Well, you're not just listening when I responded to John.
Oh yeah, no, I missed it. You said the criteria? Oh man, I missed it. What's the criteria? Where can I find it actually? I'll just look it up.
It's not about looking it up. You have to, based on the
Yeah,
Quran,
that's what I'm
based on the
asking.
miraculous nature of the Quran, but based on the verses of the Quran, when you analyze them, the rhetorical devices.
Hold on. You see, this is why I can't. No, you can't speak. No, you. This is why I don't like to talk to people like that's not over on TikTok because I can't shut them up.
Oh no, I got you. He's muted. Just tell me to mute him. I'll mute him.
But just so we don't get too carried away, because my attention span is very short. Where can I find the criteria to produce something like the Quran? It's a very simple, straightforward. Is it Google? Is it a book? Is it your mom? Like, where can I find the criteria of what it's like to produce something like the Quran?
The criteria comes from analyzing the Quran and the verses within it, and
okay. So let's start there.
So, for example, like I was giving the example to the earlier questioner about Surah Al-Kawthar, the abundance. So although that's the shortest surah in the Quran, but it's called the abundance because through the Prophet, his nation was blessed. And
okay, so the shortest verse in the Quran has a part of the criteria in it?
The shortest surah.
The shortest surah in the Quran has the criteria in it?
You can take that as a sample because obviously the Quranic challenge is...
I can take that,
if you believe
or...
that this is not from God, then try and bring a surah like it. So for example, like, if you be quiet long enough, and let me explain.
No, I don't know how to be quiet long enough. I have ADHD and it's how I follow. I'm trying to engage. It's how I follow what you're saying.
But you engage by what? Like just totally steamrolling?
By following, by nodding my head, saying, okay, carry on.
Okay, go on then. Go on. Well, make your point.
Okay, great. So the last surah, or the shortest, has the criteria of what it's like to produce something like the Quran. Because my thing is, I'm very like, you know, I take a challenge pretty seriously. You know, I'm competitive. So like now that there's a challenge posed, I want to see what the challenge is and if anybody met the challenge or if maybe I can even meet the challenge, you know, I suppose so. Where is this criteria so I can see if the challenge can be met?
But for the third time, you look at the Quran, you study it, you analyze it, and from that you can derive the criteria.
So you don't
for
know
example,
exactly where.
as a sample, Surah Kawthar is the shortest surah, but it's called abundance. So the meaning is totally opposite to its verses. And now in that surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduces 3 new words that are not used anywhere else in the Quran. So A'tayna, that's one of them. So basically, and the other thing, the other point I was making, when the Quran came, it basically took over the Arabic language and the word usage and how it portrayed them. And also it became the standard for grammar in Arabic. And
Okay, so
the second thing in that, and in that surah, it has prophecies in there. So if you are going to produce a surah like it, you have to bring literary devices, you have to use rhetorical devices, you have to introduce new words that have not been used before. You have to own the language, and then you have to deliver it live in front of audience without any edits, without any revisions, and it has to match perfectly. And the rhythm, the beats of it, it all has to match. And there's many other things, you know.
What? You see how you just said a whole bunch of things, but none of them you can verify?
Yep.
You said I have to produce something. So now I have to, so I have to write something with words that weren't already there. Ooh, words never used before in the Quran. Then I have to go ahead and take over a complete language, which you can't validate that the Quran did that at all. Then I have to produce, I guess, come up with some miracles or some prophecies.
Which Muhammad never did.
And then it has to be like literal, like literary devices being used and all these things. But like, you can't show me like that checklist. Can you show me where you even get this criteria from? You're just saying.
Firstly, the Quran is not no academic book. It's not a book of.
No, Nas, but that's not. No, Nas, that's not what she's asking.
It's not going to give you a checklist of
your concession.
That. Thank you. He just gave it to you, Peace. He just said that it's not going to give you a checklist. So he's essentially saying there's no criteria. Thank you. That wasn't difficult, Nas. That was not difficult. You could have just been honest about it.
To you guys. But you guys are just, willingly.
If you just said there's no criteria, you said there's no checklist, then how are you giving us criteria?
Because you look at the Quran, you analyze it, and then you try to bring forth something like it.
You look at the Quran, you analyze it.
Brother, what does that even mean?
And then when I analyze it and I read about the challenge, how can I analyze how I can complete this challenge? Where am I analyzing? Because I'm reading, I'm analyzing, reading and analyzing going on. A lot of reading and analyzing, but no answers.
Mucho.
For the fourth time.
Mucho.
The Surah Kawthar.
No, but
I said mucho, okay?
Everything that you said is subjective. It's just according to how you feel.
I'm just messing with you, Naz. Don't worry about it.
Look. Basically, you have to introduce new words. You have to introduce prophecies. You have to deliver.
How do you know that? It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that though.
Because that's how the Quran came down when the Prophet was speaking. He didn't revise it. He didn't go over it in his notes. It was delivered live, and also he has prophecies in it. And the words.
But he forgot some of it.
What prophecies? What prophecies, bro?
This guy is just derailing, just throwing his,
what?
Just.
No, honestly.
Red herrings. No, the other guy is just throwing red herrings in. Yeah.
What other guy?
Yeah, the guy who just keeps speaking randomly. I don't even know what's his name. It's not important anymore. Yeah, but what? So Surah Kawthar, like I said to you, it introduces 3 new words, and the Quran when it came down, it took over the Arabic language.
So what about? So you're telling me since you can't
Arabic
show me.
The standard now is judged by the Quran. Not by any other books.
Oh my gosh, that's just hearsay, bro. You're just, that's just, trust me, bro. Theology right there. You can't show me where it says that.
Trust me, bro. It's there. You can see all grammarian books. They're based on the Quranic Arabic and the standard. I don't know if you got.
That doesn't mean anything though. It doesn't mean you take over a language. You don't own Arabic.
Right.
In terms of owning it, I introduced all the new words. Most of the words that.
Okay, so since you conceded,
the Quranic Arabic is the standard.
That doesn't mean, and so what? And in Spain, they have a standard. They have a standard of a language according to the ruler over there. But that doesn't mean the ruler owns the language.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
So anyway, so now that you conceded. So anyway, since you conceded that there really isn't a criteria because you said it yourself, there's no list of what to do.
There's no literal checklist like you would get in an academic.
There's no literal or not literal. There's no spiritual, like there's no figurative checklist. There's nothing. There's nothing. So would you say that would you say that if I suggested an ayah, right? And then all of a sudden it was revealed in the Quran exactly how I said it.
Ooh, I got
would that technically show? Would that technically show that I did like produce an ayah like it, a surah like it?
You're just talking unnecessary hypothetical. I mean,
what?
Unnecessary hypothetical. Yo, these guys can't debate for their life, bro. Unnecessary hypothetical is outlandish. I'm gonna just start saying the bull crap they say, bro. What the hell? Anyway, so if I did do that, because you're over here saying, oh, well, nobody could do it hypothetically. That's a hypothetical statement. So if I did do it, if I, during the time of the Prophet, suggested an ayah or several, and then all of a sudden they were revealed exactly how I said it, so then I would have completed the challenge. Like, technically, if Allah revealed a verse exactly how I said it, then I fulfill the criteria of having a verse or chapter like the Quran, right?
So you want to go to the Hadith of Umar, where he says,
Also, he knows. So he already knows, huh?
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, if you analyze his text,
So then what is that?
2 words. Wow, 2 words.
2 words. It was 3 verses. It's literally the shortest surah in the Quran. 3 verses. 3, a whole surah. So that means he produced a complete chapter like the Quran, because then it was revealed exactly like he said it.
Boom, boom.
2 words. He matched 2 words. Wow.
He didn't match 2 words.
Go on, bring up.
It was revealed exactly how he said it.
2-3 words maximum.
Boom, boom.
Wow. Oh my God.
And how did he start, jumping out his seat and saying, "Oh, I broke the challenge."
So was it fulfilled? Because according to you, you wouldn't even
know the Quranic challenge.
Oh, but look, but no. Because I just gave you an example out of your own sources. I just gave you an example out of your own sources that shows somebody producing something like it, right? Whatever like it means. And then when I show it to you, you say, wait, no, it's not really like it. So you do have a criteria, huh? It has to be what? A certain amount of letters? Words, chapters.
The Quran
what is it?
Tells you bring a surah, bring a chapter.
What is it?
Like
Clearly doesn't give us a criteria, though.
Oh my God! I just told you. It says
Stuck
bring
for
a
the
chapter
law.
like
I know.
And it has to have literary devices, rhetorical devices. It has to have prophecies. It has to introduce new words.
Show me where it says that. Okay, no problem. I'll respect it if you show me.
Can I just point out real quick, and I'll step out because I don't want to take over the conversation. But Naz, you understand why she's asking you for the criteria specifically in the Quran? Because the Quran is what makes the challenge, right? This is not a new modern Muslim argument. This is a direct argument that the Quran itself makes. So if the Quran is positing that challenge, hold on.
I understand your point, Johnny. And the point is like the things I'm mentioning. I'm not just like cooking them up in my own head.
Hold on, I didn't finish.
Go ahead. He doesn't stop when you talk, so I just muted him for you. Go ahead.
Okay, so where was I? I said, great. Now I lost my place. The Quran makes it the challenge itself, so it shouldn't come from the criteria shouldn't come from a modern Muslim mind. The Quran itself should have that challenge. I shouldn't have to make my own criteria for the Quran to say this is what like it means. It should have it itself. And since it doesn't have it, therefore the Quran is not making this arbitrary challenge. And that's why George talked about the rap battle example. If I ask you to produce a rap battle like me, but I don't give you the criteria, then I can just rule any other rap that someone makes and says, oh, no, it's not like mine. Mine's better. it's not based on actual objective criteria. It's arbitrary, and
Yeah,
that's
so much
why
for
she's
a
asking.
clear explanation of all things, right?
Well, nothing's been clear. Nothing's been clear. Oh,
Yeah,
so
you know, rap battle, you need to.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more, guys.
And they have predictability in them, and obviously a rapper will go through it. He will edit. He will work over his words. And the Quran is the criterion. So obviously you look at the Quran, you analyze it, and you see like each new surah introduces new words, new mechanisms. So so for Surah Ikhlas,
bro, you're still just saying the same thing based off of your own. Based off of your own. Are you Allah? Are you Allah? Are you Allah? Are you equal to Allah? Are you equal to Allah, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the point.
And Maverick.
Go ahead.
Maverick, you know what makes his claims even more ridiculous is Quran has been edited. I don't know how many verses have been abrogated, dude.
Oh, it gets even worse than that.
There are scholars who claim that
it's worse than that, bro. You don't even know. You don't even know, and this is why.
Now you're just shifting, yeah. Now you're just shifting.
Brother, we're not. This is literally all related to the same thing because, unfortunately, Nas, there's a reason why I had to unleash peace on you, bro. Because I knew what was gonna happen. She does this, and listen. I don't want you to feel bad because this is something that has happened to many other Muslims, not just you. You guys all come with the same answers, and they never actually answer anything, right?
I literally gave the criteria, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you didn't. What? You didn't give a criteria one time. You Didn't do that. Nas, hold on, respectfully, brother. I haven't interfered, right? I haven't interfered. You yourself admitted that there's no checklist. Everybody on both sides, Video Ninja and TikTok, did he not say there is no checklist? The Quran is not an academic book. Was that not his answer?
I stand by that.
Okay,
Yep.
So then what you're not understanding is that you literally conceded that there is no criterion. The moment you say there is no checklist, you are admitting that there is no criterion. But I want to go back to the point you made even before this because you've already lost this, bro. You lost. I don't know if you realize it or not. You probably don't. That's okay. You don't have to realize it.
Saying peace handle this is like letting a bully off the leash.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel bad for bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I knew that was gonna happen. And that's exactly why I wanted. Because once Walaikum salam. As soon as this comes up, there's only one person that I want talking about it, and that's why I went to everybody else. Everybody else made fantastic points, but Peace has this thing, and Bear and I talk about this. It gets on our nerves because she asked like 2 questions. These guys concede. They fight with us for like an hour, and it's like she asked 2 questions and it's over, and that's why I wanted her in there. But
you literally gave her the criteria from the shortest surah.
You didn't give her the criteria. All right, bro. Here.
Where's he give the criteria?
Yeah. You mean the shortest criteria? You know what what his criteria was? 2 words. Like it.
So here, bring the surah like it.
Okay, so check this out, brother.
Oh, 3 words. My bad.
So, agree to disagree, brother. If you think that you won that one, think what you want. All right, watch your clip back when you're done. Now, let me ask you regarding to what you said before this conversation started. You said the Quran has been delivered without edits, correct?
Yeah, when it was live.
Letting Maverick on this one is like letting the bully.
He didn't revise it. He didn't like see it beforehand and prepare his speech and so on. Yeah, it was delivered live.
So I'm gonna give you a situation, and I want you to explain it to me then, okay? Because I'm confused. Because what you're saying is different to what early Islamic scholars are saying. So when we look at Sirat al-Rasul, which was the reworking of the biography of Muhammad by Ibn Hisham, whose original work was Ibn Ishaq. When we also look at Al-Tabari and Al-Tabari's tafsir specifically on the Quran, 693 and 2314, right? These sources report that Abdullah ibn Abi Sar suggested phrases such as "So blessed is Allah, the best of creators" in Quran 23:14, that when this scribe suggested changes or edits to the way it was being written, Muhammad accepted them. And Ibn Abi Sar concluded that he could reveal like Muhammad, leading him to apostatize. So what the hell are you talking about? And why are you lying to my audience and saying that there was no edits when even the scribes themselves realized that your prophet accepted edits and changes? And because he accepted edits and changes, that specific scribe made it clear that if Muhammad was accepting changes, then that meant that this could not be the word of God, leading him to apostatize away from Islam. But you said there was no edits.
Well, firstly, yeah, Abisar, he's not even one of the Kotabul Wahi. Like, he's not one of the known scribes.
Brother,
So, yeah, I'm
brother.
going to have to check up on this. You need to give me the hadith number, and the report. I have to check
buddy.
up on this.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak on it, and I want to suspend judgment.
This is Hadith Abu Dawood 4358 and 4359.
All right, for Abu Dawood.
Yeah. In the meantime,
and 4359.
In the meantime,
and he was too scared of it. He knew better. He was like, I'm gonna run away from this one.
Sorry,
he was like, no.
In the meantime,
did you say? Yeah?
Guys.
Yep. And 4359.
Okay, yeah.
In the meantime, let me entertain accepting the challenge to produce a rap. I am Prophet Muhammad. Here comes the pain. Allah gave me a sword, forgot to give me brain. If you guys cannot produce a rap like mine, then you have to admit that Quran is divine. There, 2 verses. Boom.
All right, Nas. Well, like a good little boy, you conceded and you made it clear that you made a comment you couldn't defend. Peace. Everybody kind of wiped the floor with you, but I appreciate you being a good sport. Yeah, don't ever come in here calling me good boy, especially when I know your religion better than you do. Guys, I want to talk about Jesus. You know, here's one thing. This is a crazy thing. Bear and Peace texted me last night about coaxing Muslims out, right? So when I asked them to defend Islam, they never want to. They only want to attack the Trinity and Jesus being God. I clearly put something up here about Jesus being God, and we only end up talking about Islam. What is that?
It be working, yo. We got the sauce. We could.
Bro, it's like their brain is a mush and
their brain is mushy backwards.
In reverse.
It's inverted.
Everything's backwards.
It's inverted. Everything's inverted.
When you walk backwards, they're like they see you running forwards. You know?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Grown women are children. Young women are old ladies. You know what I mean? Like what? If they're 9, they're really like, 35. If they're 35, nope, too old for me. Like, oh my goodness, it's everything is backwards. Everything.
Why Peace changed your photo to Jay-Z? What's that?
Oh no, that was the cringe. Yeah, the cringe. Yeah, the cringe face.
Yo, man, you should have. Yo, when Maverick pull up the so the Quran is intact, huh? Let me ask you something.
I have done so much homework on this.
Unchanged, huh?
I have done so much homework on this. Jay, I'll bring you. We got to leave one slot open for Muslims, bro. As soon as somebody has to go or whatever, we'll bring you up afterward, brother. I don't want to stack it with Christians because then we can't get anybody in. And I can't necessarily count on the Video Ninja getting guests, even though that guy was on Video Ninja. Yeah, Muslims, listen, Jesus is not God. And what I find very interesting was the very first guy who called, I think it was A is for Allah or whatever his name was. This boy said, well, not Christian Muslims, I'm sorry. Arabic Christians call God Allah. Oh, congratulations. That's not the same person, right? Just because they're saying the word Allah doesn't mean they're speaking about the same God, right? I don't care what word you use, right? It's just like when people have that argument that, oh my God, it gets under my skin. Don't call him Jesus. His name is Yeshua. Do you not think that the living God knows who you're talking to, stupid?
Oh, bring them over here, bro. I will spank, bro. Those people, that's even worse. Sometimes it's like those people call themselves Christians. That's why it's even worse.
To make such an argument is making the insinuation that the living God, the Son of God, when people are praising him and praying to him, as if he wouldn't know who you're talking to. That to me is...
Might be an op. I'm not sure.
It might be. I don't know. Den, what's up?
No, I was going to say that... Oh, sorry.
No, you're... Den, you're on stage. Are you a Muslim?
I'm Maverick. No, sorry. By accident.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you, sister. I appreciate it. No worries. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
No, like those guys, I had a short I did on debunking that doctrine, and some of the responses I got were completely ridiculous. Like one person was playing games with the manuscript tradition, saying that, in the original manuscript, it uses the nomina sacra, which just for anyone that's not aware, that's just basically when they use the letters instead of the full word for different reasons, like for reverence. And he said, when they use that, it means that it's a Hebrew word in the original language. And I'm like, so the text says Messiah, which is translated Messiah. And I'm not going to say everything he said, but he said a bunch of crazy things that I've never heard any textual scholar make or anything alike. Like they'll just say anything to preserve this weird idea that you have to say the original Hebrew for your salvation. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
Right. Hey, somebody give me bubble gum. I didn't even know you could do that. Thank you, Mimi, for the
saw
gum.
that. I'm like, that's so funny.
That was funny as hell. I was like, what? Bubble gum, huh? That's cool. Yeah, guys, let me, you know what? Real quick, guys, now that we are in between guests, this is a great time to call out super chats. We got a bunch. Guys, the first $17 in super chats on YouTube. I don't know why the widget wasn't working right, but I did get it. I did highlight your super chats. So thank you guys, and I still have them here. But it does. I have it here. I was actually adding it up on paper. So from Elijah Kenny, Maverick ain't playing with these boys. God bless you, soldier God. Thank you, my brother. God bless you, man. I'm surrounded by a powerful team of apologists who always are ready to cook with me too. And it doesn't. I love it, guys. Like I'm all about, like, I love talk. I can talk to people for hours straight, but like, especially on a day like today where I was with Duran. I was there the whole time, you know, and I was able to get in the box, and I cooked up this Unitarian, which was very good. It was a very productive conversation. But now I'm kind of tired, kind of worn out, and then you got Peace and Bear, and you got Johnny and Harvest and Reformer and Word is Away. Dude, it really does help a lot, because I love, to be honest with you guys, I'm one of those people that I love cooking, but I love watching my homies cook too. It's just really good. Elijah Kenny also for a $10 super chat, man. You know, let's just go ahead and play the song, man, because y'all are just doing it up today. What song I'm gonna give y'all today? Huge shout out to everybody with the super chats, man. You guys are absolutely amazing. BB, did you request up on purpose?
Maverick.
I don't think BB requested up on purpose. We'll disconnect. Hang on, Johnny. I'm still doing super chats. So I just wanted to play the song for them real quick. So yeah, huge shout out. Elijah Kenny, he just said there's a clear chain back to Muhammad when it has been proven over and over that there is no Quranic chain leading to Momo. Learned it from RC, Rob Christian, guys, in case you guys haven't noticed, who provided several sources for it too. Yeah, Rob Christian, dude, we guys... Rob and I are gonna get together either this weekend or the next. That guy literally bought everything I told him to buy, including a sound mixer, so that he can do the exact same thing that we're all doing here. So look forward to that. Thank you so much for the cowboy hat. Thank you so much, Sister Mimi. Thank you for both cowboy hats. God bless you, and Mimi for all the arrows. Nush, Mimi, all you guys on TikTok. There are so many gifts to count, man. But thank you guys, all of you. All of you, thank you so much. Also, thank you for the flow state, all the flow states from Chase, who sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flow states. And then, of course, y'all know this. Your favorite Arab. This dude, every time, man. You know what time it is? Drive by Super Chat Goal, which brings us all the way up to Matthew 17, guys. And I'm glad Johnny's back, because we're going to get back into serious doing the Bible study. Yeah, Johnny, I was gonna talk to you about that too, because I did the one by myself and nobody showed up, bro. So I don't know if there was like a setting in Discord that I didn't mess with, and I'm not in Discord like that, so I'm gonna have to go over that with you. Thank you so much, your favorite Arab. He actually be looking out for Bear as well too. So this guy is out here like supporting Christian ministries nonstop, and we could never articulate our gratefulness enough to you. Thank you so much, brother. We love you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You get a huge big old sound effect for that one, man, on top of the music, because that is just so appreciated. And then of course the flow states here. Yeah, Johnny, were you gonna say something?
Might have brought me up by mistake. Drop me so you can open up this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just a re-request, Jay. Re-request. I'm sorry, Harvest.
I wanted to drop me and keep him.
No, it's okay. Yeah. No, Jay's patient. That's okay.
Maverick, I wanted to make a suggestion in the case of Jay. Instead of having Johnny both on Video Ninja and on TikTok, why don't you just have him on Video Ninja? And
yeah, that makes sense. Also, yeah.
I was gonna say that, but let me just say this really quick while I have my setup here, because I can change that really quick. But I was gonna say, while you were dancing, the Video Ninja started lagging, and it went from you just sitting to all of a sudden you were just close to the camera, and that caught me off guard.
I did that on purpose.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I was dancing with my face in the camera, so that was not accidental. But all right, cool. Let's. That's actually a good idea. Jay, request back up. We do have an open spot, and then we'll leave one spot open for anybody really. I don't care. Jehovah, listen. I know y'all don't want to smoke, man. Duran was talking about this, and it's so true. I didn't realize it until he was saying it earlier, because he invited me at the last second, and I joined him, and I was there with him for the entirety of the morning. I was blessed to be there. But Duran was saying that too. He was like, Unitarians don't even want to jump in the box with Trinitarians anymore. They just want to do like 6v1s with, against Trinitarians and start talking over them and stuff. And it's true. I've been noticing that, especially like when you go to the halal and the halal Christian and the gumbo scene. They're not really interested in jumping in that box anymore, against people. I see halal in people's chats and stuff like that, but and I've seen her get cooked by Bear and Amin and a bunch of other people. But I think they're kind of tired of taking these L's, and they don't want the smoke, man. Kind of like these Muslims, like you can't listen, man. You can't invoke the Bible to say Jesus was a Muslim, and then ignore the fact that it says he's God. Like, you guys understand that that's not how it works, right? Especially when your book doesn't make the claims that you're claiming it's making. When you're like this dude earlier, I asked him probably 72,000 times, can you show me where the Quran claims to be restoring the original message of Jesus? That's an adverb. That's a verbatim fallacy. No, it's not. I didn't ask you to show me those exact words. I told you to point me to a verse that would make me understand that. Couldn't do it. I just don't get it. Like, that's not how this works, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get to pick what you like and then ignore the rest. And in the world of Muslim apologetics, that or polemics rather, or Christian polemics, that's kind of the way they do it. It's so crazy to me. And then yesterday, and in the off-duty stream, I thought it was hilarious because there was a dude who tried to tell me that Muhammad thinking that Gabriel appeared to Moses was legitimate because in the Midrash it says that. Now, here's the problem, guys. The Midrash was written, the only Midrash that actually speaks of Gabriel supposedly appearing to Moses comes, I want to say, 4 to 5 centuries after Jesus was crucified and resurrected. Now, why is this important, Brother Maverick? This is important, guys, because those Midrash, those rabbinic commentaries, were written because they were already at this point eisegeting their own text in order to exclude Jesus Christ as the angel of the Lord. So when you appeal to the Midrash, you have to understand a couple of different things. Number one, they are actually heretical compared to what their original texts actually say. So if you're going to look at commentary, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, well, why would the Midrash be saying something that's contradictory to the Torah, and then you think we're going to take that? We're not, right? I would take the Midrash and anything it says just the same way that I would take the Gospel of Thomas. That is to say, I will use it as toilet paper and little more. Okay? The Midrash does not help you. The Midrash never has Gabriel being the Namis that God sent down to Musa. Never. You don't have that. And even in the Midrash that you are talking about, it never has Moses being the one delivering revelation to God. He was not working through intermediaries. He was speaking to Moses directly. So for any of you Muslims who think that the Midrash is a good argument, you better stop it before I embarrass you, because you're only showing that you don't even know what the Midrash truly is. Okay. And if you're going to tell me that the oral traditions have him doing so, then the problem is that the oral traditions, when they're written down, become written traditions, right? If you're saying that the Torah, the Talmud, the oral traditions have that, especially when you're talking about the divinely inspired text, you have to ask yourself, then why don't the text actually say that? Appealing to oral tradition means nothing if you can't prove it. So I don't know if Bear's still here, if he's on a phone call, but he knows a lot about the Midrash. Oh, there's nobody actually. Is there anybody requesting?
Oh, I'm here, brother. Yeah, I am working, but I didn't hear everything you said about the Midrash, but I know you were talking about it.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, Anthony? Are you what faith are you, brother?
I'm a Christian. I'm up at Boston University right now trying to spread the gospel, but I'm trying to educate myself as well, so I'm not a false prophet, right?
Okay, what's your question?
I just had a quick question. I had it in chat. I have a Jewish brother who believes in Judaism, obviously, and he was talking to me about Deuteronomy and how there's prophetic language where it's past tense, right? Where it talks about Jesus ascending and descending. And I was just wondering if you could clear that up for me, because he's using that to refute that.
What was his
Jesus
contention?
Christ is God. Well, he doesn't believe in the New Testament. So you kind of have to go back to the Torah, right? To their book, which we also believe in. I was just wondering if you could like clear that up as to why it's past tense language rather than like present tense, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing about that is, brother, is that the Jews, especially when speaking about Deuteronomy or anything else when it comes to Jesus, they confuse two completely different issues, right?
Okay.
So what they're trying to do is they try to use prophetic language as though it somehow disproves the prophecy, right? But unfortunately for our Jewish friends, that's actually not how prophecy works, right? So the Old Testament frequently speaks of future events. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but the problem is that it speaks of future events with past tense language because the prophets are actually emphasizing God's certainty in this. That's not by accident, right? There's actually a term for it. It's called prophetic perfect or prophetic perfection. So the reason this happens is that what God is doing is he's speaking of future events as though they've already happened, because from his perspective, they already have. This has nothing to do with Jesus not being the Messiah. This is just him being willingly dense because he's taught to reject Jesus as the Messiah.
That's what I was trying to tell him. I think isn't Revelation foreshadowed in past tense as well? Right, where they have like prophetic language. So I was trying to tell him that I always do it out of love, but again, I'm only 20. I'm trying to learn.
You have to understand that Jews are taught to reject everything that could even remotely, and I was just talking about that. That's why things like the Midrash exist, because after the ascension of Christ, you had rabbis who needed to willingly eisegete their own texts in order to exclude Jesus as a son of the Godhead, right? In order to exclude him as the angel of the Lord. They had to do this in order to make it clear that Jesus or the living God had not come, that the Messiah had not come. They have to do this. That's why when you listen to people like Toby Singer, they sound absolutely stupid when talking about the creation accounts and whatnot, because they're essentially saying there is no Trinity, there is no Godhead, despite the fact that from as far back as we have records of the Torah, right, of the Hebrew, a multi-personal God is talked about dozens, actually hundreds of times, right? So that's the thing, is that you got to remember that this is not just a head issue, but a heart issue. But yeah, the language, the future events being spoken about in past is because God sees the beginning from the end. That in no way precludes Jesus from being the Messiah or fulfilling prophecy.
Can I ask him something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
hold on. Bear asked first word. Hang on. Oh, you want to add
Anthony,
something, Word?
Yeah.
Okay, so Word, you add your thing and then Bear, ask your question. Go ahead.
So here's the interesting thing, right? I'm quite sure you know about like Messianic Judaism, right? So I was at synagogue just 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if you know Rabbi Snyder. He's popular on YouTube. Radar Apologetics had invited him, and he was giving his testimony. You know, these are people who believe in Jesus. They would just call him Yeshua and things like that. And here's an observation that he made, and this is his testimony. Do you know that the Jewish community, those who are entrenched deep in Judaism, they could have their fellow brothers and sisters, uncles, relatives, whatever, can turn Muslim. They're still Jews in their eyes. They could become agnostic. They could become atheists. They could become everything under the sun. And that's fine. It's not until they say they believe in this Messiah of the new covenant that it's like, they are ostracized and removed or excommunicated from the community. There's something very particular about Jesus that just gets under their skin. And Brother Maverick is absolutely right. They are conditioned and trained from the outset that they must not accept this Messiah. Everything else is game.
Yep.
But Jesus right there, no, they can't do it. It's crazy. Be persistent and speak to your friend with love, but expect this hardcore rejection, because it's not just his own beliefs, it's the pressure from his community on him. Where if he even entertains the idea, he risks being ostracized.
They're not even allowed to say his name. You know that, right?
Is it just about like if you're Jewish by blood, like that's what they believe? Because like the Talmud, again, I haven't really studied the Talmud, but it refers to the term goyim, right? They think everyone else is cattle. That isn't Jewish, like that. That's wild to me as well. It says some terrible things about.
They won't even say the name of Christ. I had a Jew call in the other day who said, "Why should we believe that guy is the Messiah?" They won't say his name.
No, I get a lot of heat on campus. I go to BU up in Boston, and I don't discriminate, but there's a lot of indoctrination, a lot of money from foreign nations. It's wild. I mean, you have to be discerning, but you have to understand that that's the way of the world. So.
Absolutely. Bear had a question for you. Go ahead, Bear. Bear the images on.
What exactly was he asking about the past tense in Deuteronomy? I was confused about that.
So he was talking about where God met him on the temple, right? Or I think it was Mount Sinai, and he was talking about the verbiage of the Son of Man, ascending and descending, and he was arguing that that already happened with Jacob, supposedly. I need to delve more into the scriptures and Deuteronomy because I don't want to say anything false. So I was kind of just listening, gauging with him.
So okay, yeah, that's
what I mean.
It sounds like you're all over the place because that happened with Jacob in Genesis 28. And Mount
that's
Sinai,
what he was referring to. So
Exodus, Mount Sinai happened in Exodus, and then there's a recanting of everything in Deuteronomy.
Yeah, he referenced Exodus as well.
Okay, yeah. So the ascending and descending, he mentions that, and Christ mentions that in John chapter 6, and that's also referenced in Proverbs chapter 30, right? The Son of God who ascends and descends.
Yeah.
So, like, look, the thing is, like, I'm just trying to understand what his objection is, because, like, I don't know what the connection is to.
He was saying because it's past tense, how can you prophesy with past tense verbiage? That was, I don't know if that's a weak argument. I've never heard that before. So,
Bear, real quick, Bear, because maybe I lost half my brain. But if we're talking about the story, you're talking about Genesis 28 with Jacob?
That's what he referenced. He referenced
so
that
Bear,
story, Mount Sinai and Exodus.
Okay, so Jacob is asleep on the ground. He sees a vision of a ladder with angels ascending and descending on it. And Yahweh stands above it. Jacob remains on earth the entire time. Where exactly did he ascend into heaven?
No, I think the ascending and descending of going up and down, and then he sees on top of the ziggurat, he sees the God of Israel at the top. I don't know if he's connecting that to what Christ said about ascending, descending. That's what I'm kind of confused.
That's what I'm confused about. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
he was all over the place, but I was trying to follow. But he was getting like upset with me because he was like, you can't start in the New Testament and then work your way backwards. Those are his words, not mine. But
yeah, so like the key is understanding what their objection is. Most of the time, their objections are that Jesus didn't fulfill all the prophecies. Well, how do you know you're interpreting these prophecies correctly? That's the question, right? Yeah. So most Jewish people don't really go. They study the Torah with the rabbi, and they don't really go past that. They don't go past towards like the prophets or the writings, because that's a little bit more, even more guidance with the rabbi, because they look at it as like poetry, and it could be interpreted a bunch of different ways. So they're going to be strictly with the rabbi on that. And most of them don't even go into that because they stay in Torah. So they need to first have, if they have an objection on a prophecy, they need to have some sort of standard as to why you're even rejecting this in the first place. Like, how do you know you're interpreting this correctly, right? Right. And that's the starting place. But you need to understand their book and how it points to Christ. That's the most important part. You can't You can't pull the New Testament and be like, oh, look, Jesus the Messiah, and not know where, because the New Testament is connecting everything about Christ towards the Torah and towards the Tanakh. Everything is being connected. But you need to understand what these connections are in order to even have these conversations.
Yep.
No, absolutely.
And
Yeah,
understand,
I'm always
and
up
we're
to learn.
and we're going to bring you down, Anthony, because we do have a Muslim requesting up.
For sure.
But
Yeah,
but
thank
I
you.
do want to say to you, thank you, baby. I do want to say to you, remember when you're having these conversations, brother, that these are people who have had millennia of people who have been eisegeting their own texts on purpose, for the sole purpose only of excluding Jesus Christ as God. That's all they're doing, right? This is why the Midrash and so many heretical texts and folklore exists, because they had to start going backwards and trying to untangle this mess that they were now in because they didn't want to accept Jesus Christ. He's going to get upset with you. He's going to be all over the place because he's not used to being challenged like that. But stand your ground. Do your homework, first of all, because if you're not doing your homework, you're not doing any favors for the kingdom. You're actually making it worse. Okay? So make sure you're ready to have these conversations before you start having them. But thanks for coming up, brother. I appreciate you. We do have somebody who may engage with the topic, God willing. Strong man, Jesus is God and did not follow Allah.
Yeah, I would disagree.
Okay, why?
Because Jesus claimed to be a Torah observant Jew.
Okay.
We see him being a Torah observant Jew,
Mhm.
and we see his direct followers being Torah observant
Did the
Jew.
Jews at the time understand that God was multi-personal?
Not that. No, I don't think so. No, they
The answer is yes.
Sure. Where is the evidence for that?
The Torah, brother. The Torah and many and
Wait,
many.
real quick.
Go ahead, please.
Real quick, if he was a Torah observing Jew, then why did the Pharisees get so upset that he wasn't observing the Sabbath?
Sure. So because he was a prophet of God, right? So
No, but he's a Torah observing Jew. Was he supposed to be working on the Sabbath? Yes or no?
yeah. Okay, sure. So being a Torah observant Jew as a prophet.
It means you observe the Sabbath.
Okay, so it's observing the Sabbath is not the beyond.
Did Jesus sin? Did Jesus sin according to you?
Are you going to keep cutting me off?
Did Jesus sin?
Can I answer your first question before I move to your second one?
Sure, go ahead. What's my question though?
So you said Jesus didn't observe the Sabbath, right? So my answer to that will be observing the Sabbath is not the be all and end all of being a Torah observant Jew. There's
So you're just gonna
613
disregard. That's
laws.
not my point. Did Jesus sin?
You literally just asked me that question. What do you mean it's not your point?
No, you're saying, well, it doesn't matter. You're saying it doesn't matter. My point is not that it matters. My point is that you said he was a Torah observing Jew. According to you, does that mean he sinned?
So does that mean what?
Did Jesus sin? As a prophet of God, he sinned?
You're making a conflation between following the laws of Moses and sinning. So you can still be a Torah observant
You're the
Jew and
one.
sin,
You
right?
brought up the laws by saying he's a Torah observing Jew. That's bringing up the law.
Brother, breaking the law of Moses in the first covenant is a sin, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's in the 10 commandments, like the Sabbath. That's like a big deal.
Yeah, but you need to understand that if it's a prophet of God and he's been given authorization by God to do that, then it's not a big deal because it's approved by God.
He just said it's not a big deal.
Brother, do you understand? Like,
It's not a big
Jews-
deal.
If there's any Jews listening to this, they're looking for stones right now.
Mhm.
Stone.
Literally.
It's not a big deal for God to authorize sin, y'all. Not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Brother,
It's
like,
okay.
it literally in the Torah, it states like if you don't keep the Sabbath, it's capital punishment. You're put to death.
Fine, but then when Jesus comes, he comes as a prophet, correct? He comes sent by God. So if he abrogates something that's in the Torah,
So did Moses, and he
that's
kept the
the whole
Sabbath.
reason.
Moses also, and he kept the Sabbath, and so did the rest of the prophets. What are you talking about?
Sure. So okay. So you're focusing on the Sabbath. So did he neglect any of the other?
Brother, you brought it. You didn't even realize when you said he was a Torah observant Jew that you were bringing up the Sabbath. Like, that's important.
Yeah, because I said being a Torah observing the Sabbath is not the be all and end all of being Torah observant.
What?
You can
Bro,
observe the other parts of the Torah.
if
without
you
observing
don't follow the Sabbath, you're put to death. That's the end. What are you talking about? Like, you break the Sabbath, your life's over. What are you talking about? It is the end all be all.
Jesus came as a prophet and a messenger, right?
So did Moses, and he kept the Sabbath.
We're not talking about Moses. We're talking about Jesus. So,
Yo,
But he
Maverick,
says
remember?
Moses not a prophet. Oh my, go ahead,
Maverick,
my love. I'm
remember
sorry.
when you said I be having one question for real. I just have one question, and he can't. You brought this up, and you can't even defend your position about Jesus. You said
Literally, like she asked one question, like he's a Torah observant Jew. One question just completely made you just contradict yourself.
she asked me a question.
Because if he breaks the Sabbath, he's not Torah observant, like you said.
Okay, so did the Jews after Jesus continue doing temporal ritual sacrifice?
Shortly after, yes.
No, he's
But it
moving
doesn't
the
matter.
goalpost. Yeah.
Goalpost. I'm asking the question. You
You're asking
answer
me
my
about the
question.
Jews. We were asking about Jesus. Let's stick on Jesus.
No, I said the Jews and the followers of Jesus. I didn't say only Jesus because we have more information about the followers of Jesus.
By the way, Strongman, your mic is like, you sound like a robot, dude. I don't know if it's just me, but it's just me.
Oh no! All right,
It sounds terrible. Yeah.
I think his piece just keeps interrupting me. I'm gonna have some water in there. Let me try to clean my mic. Give me 1 second.
What is her interrupting? You got to do with like feedback from your
They
mic.
hate when I get off the mic, when I get off mute, they start manifesting. No problem.
So how do I sound now?
Better.
Yeah, I did try to clean my mic. So the point I'm making is, look, it's not only about Jesus, because remember, we have limited information about Jesus and what he did, right? We have more information
According
about
to
the
who?
followers of Jesus.
According to who, we have limited information.
If you allow me to
We
finish.
have more information about Jesus than any of his followers. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
I don't think you do. I think you're in denial. I don't think you
Yeah, you don't think. That's the problem.
So you have biographies written decades later after his death. Is the point, right?
So was Jesus Torah observing or no?
Wait. Yes, Jesus claimed to be. He claimed to be. He himself says,
Where do you
according
get
to
that
your
information
scripture.
from if not the biography?
So he himself said, according to your gospels, that I have not come to abolish the law. I have not.
Wait, are
You're
those
in
words
panic mode.
are those words
You're in
preserved
panic mode.
or are they
You're
corrupted?
literally in panic mode now. Look, can we do if you ask me a question, can I at least answer it?
No,
Yeah,
Strawman.
Like
the
the
reason
thing
they're
is,
laughing,
like,
the reason they're laughing is because you just stated that we don't have Jesus' words, that we have his biographies, and then you proceed to quote one of those biographies. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And then
you think us laughing is panicking. That's
and
the
then
funny
you bring
part.
us up a verse talking about how Jesus fulfilled the law, but then broke the Sabbath.
And Muhammad's biographies are written 250 and 800 years later in your hadiths. What are you doing here? What are we doing here?
Okay, literal straw man, complete straw man. Okay,
How
so
is no, it's
peace.
standards. It's not
Brother,
a straw man.
you don't even know what straw
What do
man
you mean a
means.
straw man?
But
You
just
didn't
the
even
fact
use
that
the
you
word
said
properly.
straw man for this
You guys are
shows that you don't
literally
even know what
panicking
that
here,
means,
man.
dude.
You guys are
What
literally
the hell?
panicking here. Peace. Okay, you said that Jesus claimed to uphold the law and then he broke the Sabbath. So he's a liar.
No, I said you brought up a verse that said Jesus came to fulfill the law, yet your first thing when you came up here was saying that he's a Torah observer, and then say, well, actually the Sabbath isn't a big deal. You know, that one time when he did, he broke the Sabbath, it wasn't really a big deal.
It's because it's not a big deal for them. They don't even know what the Sabbath is.
They don't, right, exactly.
That's why he's like, oh yeah, he broke the Sabbath. Who cares? They don't even know what it is or what it
Oh
means.
yeah, he's a sinner. He's an abomination.
Muslims better stop calling Jesus a liar. They better stop that.
You're making him out to be a liar now because you said that.
We made him out to be a liar?
No,
Or
you
made
You
him out to be
literally
a
just
liar?
made him out to be a liar.
No, we didn't.
Peace did. Peace said that
Wow, go
Jesus
ahead.
claimed. You literally just keep interrupting me, and you're not doing justice to your own religion and belief. You literally said that Jesus claimed to uphold the law, and then he broke the Sabbath. So according to you, you're making out like he's a liar. The way you're
According
framing
to
it.
you,
I
you're
don't think
making
you've
it
got-
out as he's a sinner.
I don't think you've
How
got
about
any
that?
respect for Jesus.
How about that?
I don't
Is he a
think-
sinner?
I don't think
Is he
you've
a
got
sinner?
any respect.
Is he a
You're
sinner?
manifesting. You're
Is he a
manifesting.
sinner?
I
Is
don't
he a
think you've got.
sinner? Uh-oh, don't make me bring up the sin dilemma.
No,
don't
man.
make me bring it up.
You're manifesting.
I'm manifesting.
There you go.
I'm
You got
gonna
your own
manifest
people.
into the
Strawman.
sin dilemma.
Strawman, just so you know, brother, demanding an answer to a question is not manifestation. It's just trying to get you to be honest to what you're saying, bro. It has nothing to do with. But Strongman, we do have other guests, man. You are not worth the time. Sorry. Aizen,
Better luck next time.
better luck next
bucko.
time. Aizen, you're on
Good
stage.
try, though.
Are
Good
you
try.
are you a Muslim? Hello, Aizen. Are you there on Video Ninja? Bro, there's no way you typed the entire URL and then chose a camera and a mic on accident. Aizen, are you there? Hello. Aizen going once. All right, brother. Call back in if you really are interested in talking.
Sounded like he was in a train station.
Yeah, but that's the thing on Video Ninja. You don't just call in. Like, it's not like you can accidentally request like you can on TikTok. You have to do crossunit.net/call. Right, and then unless he requests it up, and then he can request back up. Yeah, he can request back up. He's not blocked. Sork,
Hello.
What's up?
I'm doing well. You?
Blessed by the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ, man.
I am a lowly person without faith. So if you don't want to talk to me, if it's Muslims
He's a
only,
troll. He's a
that's-
troll. He's a troll.
He's a troll.
I'm a troll.
You are a
You've come
lonely
up on my
person.
panel several times.
I don't think that's a fair characterization.
All right, you're right. He's a crybaby. Sorry.
Sork, what's up, man? Do you believe that Jesus is God?
No, one of my troubles in coming to Jesus as God is this old law that seems kind of questionable to me. There's some difficult teachings in here that I don't agree with.
Okay, what is the
Yeah,
old
like the
law?
old covenant, like in Deuteronomy.
Okay, what about it?
What chapter Deuteronomy?
He's an atheist, by the way.
Well, if you want to discuss a passage, I mean, I'm not a Muslim. It doesn't.
No. What chapter in Deuteronomy? What chapter in Deuteronomy?
22.
What does chapter 22 stand
Maverick,
for? in Deuteronomy?
Johnny
What is
says
he
they
discussing?
cannot hear you on Video Ninja.
What
They
is
can't
he
hear me
discussing?
on Video Ninja? Hang on, word is away. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's what Johnny said.
Here, let me refresh. I'll refresh. All right, thank you, George. All right, go ahead, Jay. Keep going.
Yeah. What is the main talking points and what's going on in Deuteronomy 22?
These are laws about sexual immorality.
Oh, well, besides that, what else is that chapter? There are some core things that are going on in Deuteronomy 22.
What the heck is going on?
Well, I don't know what exact thing you're trying to elicit from me. Maybe you can just explain.
That you didn't even read the bloody chapter. You just.
Oh no, I've read the whole thing. I mean, so
Well, I'm
Deuteronomy
asking you,
mostly is a monologue by Moses. It starts in chapter 4, and
No, I'm asking in 22. What's going on in 22? There's some key themes that are going on in 22.
These are
Anyways, I
laws
think I made
concerning
my
sexual
point.
relations. It's mostly a bunch of civil and moral laws for you to follow.
It's doing it again?
That's it.
What am I doing?
Not you guys. That's on Video Ninja. The tab keeps crashing, guys. It's not you guys on Video Ninja. Can you guys hear me on Video Ninja?
So,
yeah.
Deuteronomy is one of the books of the Torah, and
There are some key themes in 22, and it's talking about things like, how you should behave towards your neighbor. It's talking about how don't say after I asked you for all this time and you couldn't tell me anything but just something.
I said there are several moral laws for you to follow in society.
You just basically came for the grape thing, right?
Yeah.
What?
Right. That's it, right?
Sork, you said that there was a law in Deuteronomy, brother, but you've done everything but tell us what is the issue in Deuteronomy that you have an issue coming to Jesus being God. So can you spit it out
They
already,
even
brother?
talk about compassion towards animals in there.
Right. What's the
I'm
contention?
sitting here wondering, like, what would be? How could he even have a contention? Like in his worldview, he could just like have sex with animals if he wants to. You know, like who's to say that's wrong?
That would be an unfair characterization of secular morals.
Since you've been up here, you've had an unfair characterization of Christians in the Bible, so we really could care less.
It's strange that you say that since I haven't even been
Oh my
allowed
God,
to
Sork,
deliver
are you
an
gonna
argument.
are you going to please make an argument?
I've been trying, but I was trying to engage with your friend who was asking me very
brother,
pointed
because he's
questions.
just making it clear
and-
that you've never actually read Deuteronomy. Okay, so can you tell
I
us what the
have.
contention
I was
is?
going to explain the entire book. So it
We don't need you to,
starts with-
brother. We are the last group on earth that requires an explanation from an atheist about Deuteronomy. What we're asking you is what your contention is.
Okay, sure. My contention is that God gives a faulty test that will result in innocent women getting stoned to death.
Where?
I will give it to you.
Thank you.
Can we, before we, but this is going to take one small preamble, which is, can we all agree that it's basic psychology that a woman would have plenty of
Brother, if you don't, I
reason?
swear, if you don't give me the verse, I'm going to lose my mind. Deuteronomy what?
Okay, 22 through 27.
Deuteronomy 22 through 27. I want you to stop me when there is a false test that you claim is a false test. If a man is found lying with the wife of another man, both of them shall be unalived, the man who lay with the woman and the woman. So you shall purge the evil from Israel. Verse 23. If there is a betrothed virgin and a man meets her in the city and lies with her, then you shall bring them both out to the gate of that city, and you shall stone them to death with stones. The young woman, because she did not cry out for help, though she was in the city. Okay. Go ahead.
I know he's gonna. Would it be the case? So, can we agree that 23 is a generalizable case law? In other words, you'll be applying this law as a civic rule for a wide number of different scenarios, right?
Sork, I'm telling you, brother, you are starting to irritate the hell out of me. What is your contention?
My contention is that a woman who was taken forcefully would have a number of legitimate reasons not to yell out.
Okay, so
possibly
you're talking about
in
verse
shock
20
or fear for her life.
Okay, so here.
So the fact that she did
Hold
not
on,
yell
Sork,
out.
Hold on, Sork, hold on, stop. Because what you're not doing is you are trying to superimpose your supposed secular moralism onto this situation, and you are not taking into the actual context and the culture and the society. So here is why it is so important that you actually know what the hell the Hebrew is saying and why it is saying it and what it is referring to. If there is a betrothed virgin, and a man meets her in the city and lies with her, okay, this is adultery in this society, my friend. So because she knows that she is betrothed, the obligation is on her to cry out, because in this society, if she does not cry out, she is a willing participant. This is what this meant, but you didn't look past this enough to even know what the hell you were talking about. She committed adultery if she doesn't cry out, meaning that the obligation is on her, because if she does not, she has become a willing participant, which makes this adultery.
Right. Yes, I fully understand, and in fact, harshly argue for everything that you said. It's a core and pivotal part of my argument. We're in total agreement.
Let me ask you something.
We're in total
there,
agreement.
Does it say that anybody has to hear her?
Hold on, Jay. Please don't interrupt my conversation.
Does it say
with
that
the
anybody
host.
has to hear her crying out?
Yes, it does.
It says that people need to hear her crying out?
Where does it say that?
Yes, because if you compare it to
No. Where does it say that?
25
Here,
and
let me.
27.
I'm sorry. It's kind of cut off. Let me move it over for you guys. Let me move it over a little bit so that you can see.
Now,
okay. So hold on. No.
could
Don't
it-
keep talking.
could your
Stop.
fiancé-
Stop. So what you're gonna do is you're going to show us where here it says that someone had
27.
to hear her crying out.
27.
27 is about a completely different situation, dude. Where here
It's
does it
different,
say?
but definitely related.
No, bro.
Read it.
Where here does it say that she has to be heard?
Reject the
Because
framework of your question. The next
I
verse
don't
gives
care.
us.
Sork, please don't make me you other. Okay, I don't give a good damn what you reject, because you're reading our scripture, and in our scripture right here, okay, this is the end of that specific situation. Then it is beginning to speak about another situation in verse 25,
Right, read
which
it.
is why Jay asked you,
Read
does
it out loud.
someone, dude, I swear to, if you make
Read
another
the entire
demand
thing
of
out
me,
loud.
dude, if you make another demand of me, I'm going to, after I post this all over the place to show how easy it is to refute this kind of stupidity, I'm going to show you how disingenuous and disintellectual you have to be, because you want us to read this despite the fact that I have already told you that this is another situation. Bear the image and word is the way, my resident Torah experts. 25, is it now the beginning of another completely different situation, yes or no?
It most certainly is.
Okay, so why the hell are you asking me to go to verse 27, which is not talking about this, because this is a completely different situation? Why?
Let's see if I can avoid being disintellectual, as you put it. So let's read the beginning, the first word in 25. What does it say there,
brother?
But if
Is
the
verse
man,
25
which man is it referring to?
I know you're an atheist, so you have a hard time tracking.
It's abusive tactics. You have to.
No, it's not abusive tactics. You
Then let me
think
get
that
the argument
you're
out.
no, because you don't have an argument. You don't have an argument.
I told you.
Is verse 25 speaking about a different situation? Yes or no?
No.
The hell out of my face, dude. The hell out of my face.
Wow.
You know, I'm used to at least atheists trying to sound
It's
smart.
so dishonest.
He doesn't even do that.
They don't even like listen before they just say nuh-uh.
You're going to Deuteronomy. You're ignoring how the actual situations are being described. Broken down, verse 24 is completing that specific remedy and prescription for what is to be done. 25 begins a new subject entirely, a new situation entirely. Oh, but read verse 27. Verse 27 is not talking about what's going on in 24. 24 already tells you what to do in that situation. Azen, you're on stage.
I saw him before with
I know. Azen, you're on stage. What's up, man? Hello, Azen. Azen, you're gonna have to choose a different mic. You're gonna have to choose a different input, brother, or a different mic, because it sounds really bad. It sounds really bad. I'm gonna mute you and come back to you in 60 seconds while I read out some super chats. Are really bunch of gold coins from, let's see, all from Fat Man Adventures, who sends 1, 2, 3, 4 gold coins. Thank you so much for that, brother. God bless you. And from Believe and Be Saved, sent a chili on YouTube. The gold coins were all on YouTube Shorts Live. Thank you guys so much, man. God bless you. Let's see if Azen, are you better now? Yo, that's really bad, brother. I'm going to go ahead and hang up on you, and I want you to call back in and choose a different mic source. Thank you so much, Tati, for the hand hearts. God bless you. And for the other hand hearts, let's go. You are goated. Thank you so much. New Tevin, thank you for the popular, brother. Sork, I cannot speak to someone as silly as you, dude, and it's no wonder. New Tevin and Jesus sent a level ship. Let's go. Huge shout out to Tevin, man. Johnny, if I ever dance again, Johnny, with a spatula, and I don't see you swinging something on camera, bro, you will never come on my show again. I don't understand. I don't know what your problem is, bro. You came back from Puerto Rico acting different, man. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I couldn't hear the beat, so I don't know what when the cue was to do the.
Nah, bro. Move. Nah. You heard it. Don't be acting brand new now, bro. You know what's up. You know what's going on. You know when I'm dancing, you dance. You don't even have to hear music. Facts. Yo,
I had a question.
What's up
for the panel about that verse? I've always understood that phrase "cry it out" to just essentially be symbolic of like her resisting or not consenting. Essentially, is that like? Does anyone have any thoughts on that and any sources? Because I haven't looked too deeply at that passage, but that's how I've always understood it when it says "cry out."
I think it's really like protest, really. You know, it's all of the above. Definitely cry out, like, you know, ask for help. You know, because the thing is, what the person was missing is that, yeah, she's being forced to do something, right? And he's making it seem as though she would be forced to keep silent. But a woman of the Israelites would know that if she does not cry out, she's going to be executed anyway. So it's like, I have to do this. And it's a matter of family honor. It's about her tribe and her father's name. There's a lot that is entailed. She can't just be silent. That's why it says if she's a willing participant. That's a very important part.
And I want you guys to understand how incredibly stupid the argument was, because I want to show you guys something. If we actually look at Deuteronomy 25, which he was desperate to get to his own detriment for his own argument, right? But if in the open country a man meets a young woman who is betrothed, and a man seizes her and lies with her, then only the man who lie with her shall be unalived. But you shall do nothing to the young woman. She has committed no offense punishable by unalivement. For this case is like that of a man attacking and unaliving his neighbor, because he met her in the open country, and though the betrothed young woman cried for help, there was no one to rescue her. How the hell did he think that was going to help his point? Like, what are you actually reading? I don't get it. I don't get it. Atheists, at some point, you guys became sillier than Muslims on this stuff. Oh my God. Sork, why are you requesting up, bro? Please don't make me block you. I don't want to talk to you. Johnny, did you request up on TikTok on purpose?
On accident. I was trying to check the gas.
All good.
It's just phone.
No, you're good. No worries. It happens a lot. Somehow people are requesting up. Jay tried to help him. Jay did try to help him by illustrating that he's never actually read the freaking thing, and it's true. He's probably read it his own version and probably just read the words that he wanted to read and hoped that nobody was going to notice that he had absolutely no idea what he was looking at, because it doesn't help his case at all. And then you get into the lexical thing. You get into the lexical because the word "sees" here, guys, in 25 and 26, where it says, but it's a young woman who is betrothed and a man seizes her. That is actually the word chazak in Hebrew. And the word chazak does mean exactly what you think it means, to, unfortunately force himself on her. But when you get down to 27 and 28, it's a completely different word, which is tafas, which means to grab hold of or to seize or seduce. So that's another thing that when I spoke to Mike, the not so metaphysician, he could not answer that. And then essentially his answer at the end to my lexical question turned out to be, it doesn't basically have to say the same thing. Really?
Wow.
It's two verses apart. It's two verses apart, and it's just going to randomly use a different word, despite the fact that the Hebrew lexicon makes it clear that it's two different words that have two different definitions. And you're making the accusation that what makes the situation different is betrothal. No, it doesn't, you idiot, because it's two completely different words for a reason. And we know that the meaning is different, even if you don't speak ancient Hebrew, which most of us don't, because the punishment is different. Why two verses apart, if it's the same word and the same crime, would the punishment be completely different? This is how, and it's just like everybody, guys. Everybody who rejects Jesus Christ as God, they're all equally deficient. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if they didn't eat their Flintstone vitamins when they were growing up, or I don't know what it was. But these guys are just they're not wrapped too tight, man.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, they're not wrapped too tight. They didn't eat their Flintstone vitamins, man. Unmute. Let's see. Azen on Video Ninja. Are you there? Azen on Video Ninja. Are you there? All right, brother. I'm going to just go ahead and leave you unmuted, and you can go ahead and mess around with your mic settings and see. Thank you so much, Fat Man Adventures, for the other gold coin on YouTube Shorts Live. God bless you, man. Yeah, guys, we had a very, very, I don't know if Bear and Peace, I don't know if you guys were there during Duran's stream. Bear, are you on the phone right now?
No, I'm here.
I just want you to know that one of the new Unitarian views, because...
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro.
What did you think,
I
Peace?
saw
What
it.
did you think? What did you think?
Oh my god.
Legendary.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Tell him what he said, bro. Like, I can't believe.
So,
I can't believe it. I'm still like
I took a
dumbfounded.
two-horned attack to a Unitarian this morning. That I mean, it was pretty bad. I kind of felt bad for him, but
I did.
I asked him in John 5:18. I said, "So are you saying that when Jesus claimed to be the Son of God, are you saying that also the Jews who were there with Jesus, that aside from accusing him of breaking the Sabbath, that they were also wanting to unalive him? Are you saying that they misunderstood his claim of being the only begotten Son of God? Are you saying that them saying that he is claiming to be the Son of God and therefore being equal to God, are you saying that the Jews who were with him also misunderstood what he said?" Bro, he completely avoided it, claimed that Jesus corrected them, which he didn't. You know that better than anybody in John 5. Jesus never, as a matter of fact, he doubles down. Right. He doubles down and he says they were wrong and then says that Jesus corrected them, which is completely factually incorrect because you only had to go one verse down to see that he actually was doubling down on what he was saying about being the Son of God and what he was doing on the Sabbath, right? Then I said, but what's crazier is that 12 chapters later, Jesus again in John 17:5 and verse 24 also made it clear that he existed with the Father before the world was. And the Greek word was cosmos, right? Which translates to universe or creation. Bro said to me, don't get mad, okay? Because I already know how you get.
No, I know Bear I forgot to tell him he was working. I wanted to, because I'm like, he's always looking to hear what crazy people say about stuff like this.
Yeah.
Babe,
don't flip out. But this boy told me that the word cosmos just means people. It doesn't mean anything else in creation. It means people.
No, but tell him what he said about glorification. What was the glory that he had before the world was? When was that? What did the Purify say?
I think he equated it to just foreknowledge or something like that.
And he said that the glory that before the world was doesn't mean like the beginning of time.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
it means like before the people, like when the word became flesh.
Yeah.
So that was before the world, like in front of the world. So before the world was in front of the world because he had the glory of the only begotten. And then he says that the Alpha and the Omega doesn't mean God. It means just Alpha and Omega, like A and Z.
That's it.
It just means the alphabet. So Jesus was claiming to be the alphabet.
What? Yes.
Jesus was claiming to be the alphabet. He said first and the last and Alpha and Omega. That that doesn't mean you're God. It just means like he was playing semantics with that. Yo, bro, this was like I hope you got the clip because like that was the most.
I'm gonna have Duran send it to me.
Crash.
I completely forgot that I even went to Revelation. I went to Revelation 1:17 and 18.
Bro.
And he said, "You're gonna think I'm lying." He was like, "No, he can claim that because he's not the first one to claim it. Michael Jordan claimed to be the Alpha and the Omega
Michael
too."
Jordan being the Alpha and Omega of basketball, or like it was the stupidest. Yo, bro.
Wait, he appealed to Michael Jordan?
Yes, I'm not joking. I swear. I promise. I promise, bro.
Peace be upon him.
Peace be upon him.
I promise, dude. If I remember when he said that, I literally remember thinking if Bear was here, he would be throwing a fit right now, bro. He would be throwing. Johnny is literally praising. He is praising Michael Jordan on the thing right now.
If Bear ever gets lost for too long, he's probably like, I don't know, binge watching Judaizers' cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
They just completely just hit their head on a brick wall.
Yes, Just Purify is a Unitarian. He is Unitarian. And you know the thing about it is
it doesn't mean I'm God.
It doesn't mean he's God.
It just means the letters, that Jesus was claiming to be letters.
But did you notice, Peace, when I asked
the
him?
alphabet.
I gave him such a wide latitude. I said, well, then show me anywhere in the Old or New Testament. I said, use the whole Bible where anyone else besides God is able to claim the title of Alpha and Omega. Did you notice he never answered the question? That's when he went to Michael Jordan.
No, they don't say, they don't have answers, man. They just make stuff up. He said the Pharisees were wrong. If they were wrong, like how Jesus ended up on the cross, bro? What he got on the cross? I was waiting for you to ask that question.
Oh, I didn't have to get there. I didn't have to because that's the great thing. That's the great thing about Unitarianism is that they claim that they're reading the same book, right? For me, I don't even got to go to the crucifixion for you. I just got to go to what Jesus said clearly, making it clear that he's always existed, right? Look at tell Bear what he said about before Abraham was, I am. Oh my God, I don't even want to repeat that one. Oh, Peace is muted. Peace, you there?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, what you said?
Did you hear what he? Or do you remember what he said when I asked him about John 8:58?
No, I think was that earlier on because
It was like one of the first ones. I asked him about John 8:58, and he legitimately just said something about I am and completely sidestepped the question. Like he didn't even remotely address it. Not even remotely. I don't know. Like I don't know, guys. I don't know how Unitarians' minds work. I don't get it. I don't get, but it was good. Dr. Sean Murphy.
The minds are not working, bro.
No, not at all.
Hello,
Hello, Dr. Murphy. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Listen, I need a consultation. Can you write me a prescription?
Bro, he's a Muslim.
I know.
No prescription from this guy.
I know.
Bro, he'll prescribe you something for a kafir. It won't be good.
Listen, I love all religions, brother. I'm not racist.
It's all good, Sean. We're just messing with you. Listen, man. Jesus is God and did not follow Allah. What do you think, man?
Astaghfirullah, wallah. Jesus is God and he did not follow Allah. It's a completely lie, bro, isn't it?
It's a completely lie. Go ahead, tell me why it's a lie.
I'll tell you why it's a lie, okay? I'll tell you why Jesus isn't God, bro. Because Jesus ate. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. Jesus slept. Jesus, when they called him a good teacher in the Bible, he said, don't call me good. Only God is good.
Oh, he says,
he doesn't say that.
He says, don't call me good?
Bible, mate.
He says, don't call me good? Oh, hold on. He says, don't call me good?
Don't call me a teacher. I think that's what it is.
That's not what he didn't say that either.
Nope.
Yo, you making stuff up.
You literally making it up as you go along, bro.
Okay, one sec. I got you, man. Let me pull it up.
Yo, get your money back from that Dawa script.
That's a Dawa script. Okay, listen. I have to search that up, bro, but it's somewhere in the Bible. It says, if someone calls him a good
Matthew
teacher,
19?
bro,
No,
somewhere
Mark
around
10,
there.
Mark
Someone
10,
calls him a
18.
good teacher,
Mark
and he
10,
responds.
18, or Luke
Well, here, let's
16.
bring it up. Let's see what it actually says. Let's see what it actually
also
says.
Matthew, but,
Yeah. So I thought it was Matthew as well, but it's okay. Mark 10:18. And Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except God alone." What is he saying there, brother?
Why do you call me good? Is that NIV?
No, this is ESV.
Does it matter? What would you know about
it? It doesn't matter because it's
what would you
completely
know?
different.
No, it's not completely
NIV,
different.
KJV is very different. That's why
Brother,
they use
answer the question. This is the English Standard Version and it's irrelevant. And Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good?" Because I guarantee you there's no version, translation, whatever you want to call it, that says, "Don't call me good." None of them say that. Not even one. Okay? So right here,
Here's the
and
Wesley
Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except God alone."
Okay,
Why is he saying that? Why is he saying that?
Well, it's easy peasy, man. Your scripture is corrupted by Paul.
Oh,
but listen,
corrupted by Paul. God. So here, let me ask you a question then. Who wrote this? Who wrote that? Who wrote that right there?
Mark.
So what the hell does that have to do with Paul?
Mark, Paul.
What does Mark have to do with Paul?
John,
hold on. What does Mark have to do with Paul?
Because I believe Paul came after Mark, right? Or did he? Yeah, he came after. I believe.
Paul came even after Jesus was crucified and resurrected. Bro. Yeah.
I know, of course he did. Because there's no other way he claimed. Okay, but anyways, okay.
So if my scripture is corrupted, why are you quoting from it?
Because obviously that's the only thing. That's your scripture. That's what
I know it's my scripture. But if it's corrupted,
if I bring you the Quran, I say Christianity is false. Let me show you by my Quran. Obviously, that's useless because you don't believe the Quran is the word of God.
Okay.
Why'd you bring up corruption then?
Okay, so why'd you bring up corruption?
Okay, well, forget it. I've got a new argument. Okay. Why does the Old Testament mention Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
It doesn't.
Oh boy.
But why? It not only does it not, is that?
And I'll be straight up with you. stole this from Libiano.
Is this that? Yeah, and that's why you know it's a piss poor argument. Libiano was the same one that Libiano was the same one that said that when Solomon passed away, someone found a manuscript on him and that said Muhammad's name on it. That the boy couldn't be stupider.
You know your boy got logic, man.
The boy couldn't be stupider if he was a Chihuahua. Okay.
You know your boy got logic, or shall I say no logic? You know that guy, man, skin. He might accept Islam. I think he accepted Islam in his house.
Bro, are you done? Are you done manifesting? So, brother, now look at what the subject matter is. Jesus is God and did not follow Allah. You're trying to go to Muhammad in the Bible.
Okay. You don't want to speak about it. It's okay, bro. I get it, bro. Okay, let's get back to the topic.
Jesus, brother, I promise you do not want to speak about Muhammad in the Bible.
No, you don't.
Do not want to bring that up. I promise you.
All right,
brother. Bro. Why Jesus is God and did not follow Allah? Come on, man. What refute it?
Why is Jesus? Okay, you would say Jesus is God because of the miracles he done. Correct?
Not only because of the miracles he done, no.
But the main core reason, okay?
No, not even the main core reason. No, not the main core reason. Fulfillment of prophecy, being crucified, resurrecting, offering the free gift of salvation through his blood. This is why we accept Jesus as God.
Okay, the fulfillment of prophecies. Let's talk on that. You can't claim that, okay? The Jews didn't accept Jesus.
Yes, they did, brother. Yes, they did. The first Christians were Jewish. My brain dead friend, they were Jewish.
Oh, the Christians before Paul?
The first Christians were Jewish. I know that you guys have this weird fetish with Paul, but Paul actually has nothing to do with the first Christians who were
the first
Jewish.
Christians we consider them Muslim. You know why?
I don't give a damn what you consider them.
First Christians were
Muslim them wasn't even around.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what people live.
Because
say
the
that
first
again,
Christian,
yo.
the first Christians. Bro, let me speak.
Go ahead. The first Christians were Muslim.
The first Christians were Muslim. Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Go ahead, tell me why.
The first Christians, they looked at Jesus.
I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna put that on a shirt.
No, he's not muted. He's not muted.
He's not muted. I didn't do anything.
Example.
Is he cutting
back
out?
in that time?
Yeah, Sean, Sean, you have to start all over again, bro, because we weren't hearing you.
Okay, let me start back, okay? The Christians, the first Christians before Paul came over and corrupted everything, yeah? They were like the Muslims today, but after they got confused. That's what Allah said to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so the first Christians, they looked at Jesus and they said, yeah, Jesus, you're a messenger, you're a prophet. We accept you, and they accepted, like Unitarians. Unitarians are basically Muslim, and they just accepted Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
What the hell are you talking
about? Bro, I don't know. Here,
they look at Jesus.
Sean, hold on. I'm going to stop you right there, bro, because you are so all over the place. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Now, bro, here, let's go back because you continue to bring this up, right? You said that Paul went around and corrupted everything, right? How did Paul corrupt the message of the New Testament?
Paul came over and said, you know what? Listen to me, guys. I spoke to God on the road, and he used to unalive original Christians, yeah? And people just believe this guy. I spoke to God on the road or something, and now he contradicts Jesus. He talks about.
How did he contradict him?
Can you do me a favor when you speak? Can you not be like a drama queen? Can you just talk normal?
Yeah. Now, Sean, I'm gonna ask you again, brother, because you and I don't want to be mean. Actually, I do. I don't want you to think that pontification is explanation. I think that you feel like your pontification and your rhetoric and your normal talking points, which none of which are based in fact or history, by the way, are actual explanations. I'm going to ask you again, and I want you to listen to the damned words that come out of my mouth very carefully. How did Paul corrupt the New Testament?
Because he contradicts what Jesus taught.
How and where?
Right. So Jesus says, worship my Lord and your Lord. Jesus never says worship me. He says respect me and leave me in your praise. Pray for me. I'm a messenger of God.
Okay. So
I'm a slave of God. I'm no more than a messenger.
He says he's a slave of God. Is that what he says?
Yeah, Jesus is a slave of Allah.
Let's look at what Jesus actually says. When Jesus has spoken these words, he lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father, the hour has come. glorify your son that the son may glorify you. Can a human being ever get the same glorification that God can get?
That's the corrupted Injil, bro.
Brother, I don't give a damn if you think it's corrupted. I'm asking you a question. You know why I don't give a damn if you think? Because when we go to John 17:3, all of a sudden you're not going to think it's corrupted. But when we're in John 17:1, exactly.
I agree, okay.
So no one gives a damn unless you can provide some sort of manuscript evidence showing what specific verses are corrupted, which you can't. I don't care if you think it's corrupted.
Okay, let me read it.
So I'm asking you again, can the Son, as a human being, if he's not God and he's just a human messenger, okay, can a human being receive reciprocal glorification that is only reserved for God?
Listen, you little cross-legged, suck your mother's. Allahu Akbar.
Oh, well.
Oh, no, he manifested because he couldn't answer that one.
All right, it looks like we got some guestesses. Let's see who we got requesting up. Yeah, bro, you came up here and you got cooked up. I don't understand why he did all that just to spaz out at the end, but it is what it is. Jesus is king, man. Truth Seeker. All right, Truth. Tiger, I see you there. As soon as we get a spot, Tiger, I'll let you up. We only have one open spot for the Muslims, so I'll get you up in a minute. Truth Seeker, what's up, man? What is your faith? What do you believe?
I worship the God that your God prayed to.
So you're a Muslim?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. You worship the God that my God prayed to?
Yes.
That would be the same concept as your God praying for Muhammad, right?
Listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Can God die?
Oh, God.
God? No.
Can God come out of a vagina like your God?
Wait, Brother Maverick.
What's
up?
up?
Ask him because he just committed.
If we're gonna be, hold on.
Did I say a lie?
If we're gonna be disrespectful, bro,
How am I
like,
disrespectful? Did I
just
say
so
a
you
lie?
know,
Did I say a lie? Did I say a lie?
like I said, if you're gonna,
Okay,
so you want me to start telling the truth about what Muhammad did?
Well, go ahead.
Okay, so you follow a man a grown man who laid in a bed with a 9-year-old? Is that what you do?
Was she 9?
Yes, she was 9. By her own
How old
admission.
was Maria?
By her
It
own
doesn't
admission,
matter.
you clown.
Oh, now it doesn't
doesn't matter. In the Old
but God
Testament,
coming out of a vagina matters to you?
Did
But
it-
not a man
did it-
sleeping with a 9-year-old?
Didn't your God?
A
Didn't your God
53-year-old
allow?
man getting erected for a
Didn't your
9-year-old
God
little
allow
girl playing with
Moses
dolls.
soldiers
A
to sleep with
53-year-old
virgins?
man
No, he
getting
didn't,
erected,
actually.
getting
Stupid.
an erection over
No,
a
he didn't.
9-year-old little girl playing with dolls. What do you think he was looking at?
Bro,
to get aroused?
if you think Numbers 31 is helping you,
What do you think he was looking at?
That just goes you're too stupid to actually know what you're reading, because Numbers 31 was very clear about treatment of the little girls, and it had nothing to do with them
You
sleeping
think
with
God
them.
would come out of a vagina?
What was
Shut the hell up,
Muhammad
you
looking
idiot.
at?
God
Maverick,
came
can
out of a
I
vagina,
just-
you pagan?
you guys, hold on. Can I just
You
ask
came
this
out of one.
Because he said something.
He can't even define
I'm a
pagan.
human being.
Hold on, Johnny, what's up?
I'm a human being. Like
Johnny, what's up?
Can I?
Jesus.
He
Go ahead,
committed
Johnny.
shirk. Hey,
Go
he
ahead, Johnny.
committed shirk at the start. Can I
Stop
just
muting me.
show why?
Yeah, go
Pagans.
ahead.
Stop muting me.
Okay, Truth Seeker.
Kiss my ass,
Truth
bro.
Seeker. You said you prayed to the same. You said you prayed to the same God that Jesus did, right?
No, he's gone. He's gone because he's trying to overtalk
Oh, he's
you.
gone?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say he said he prays to the same God Jesus did, but Jesus prayed to the Father. So there you go. He just
Right.
committed shirk.
He's an idiot. King Saul, you're on stage. King Saul, you got to unmute yourself, man. King Saul, you have to unmute yourself, brother. If you have a microphone with a line through it, it means that nobody's hearing what you're saying. Bro, I don't know what it is with people on Video Ninja today. All right. Let's see, guys. Oh, there we go. It was too high. I don't know why. Bars. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's see. We got Emmy. Okay, we still don't have space for another Christian yet. Emmy.
You drop me so Tiger can come up. She's requesting. You can drop me.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Harvest. All right, we're gonna bring up Mucho Tiger.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you read Isaiah 53?
No. Can you address the prompt,
bro?
Maverick, again, Johnny says on Video Ninja sound is gone.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Hang on. You go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, I'll try to bring it up on another browser, guys. I think it's Firefox Attack. That's stupid. Go ahead, Emmy. Can you address the prompt, please, and stop asking us to go to other things and trying to lead the discussion, which you're not going to do?
I'm answering your question, basically.
You're not answering my
if you
question.
Go to Isaiah 53.
What part?
Yeah,
Jesus is God, or he didn't follow Allah? What are you addressing first?
Basically, it proves that Jesus is not God, because if you go
Okay,
to
so
Isaiah,
that Jesus is God
it's
first.
saying
Okay.
Jesus is a slave. It's in
Okay.
your own text, basically.
Okay, so internal critique. Okay, great. Now pull it. What's the scripture?
Go to Isaiah 53.
Okay. What about it?
And it says there, Jesus claims to be a slave. So can a God
He
claim
just
to
brought,
be
he said one chapter and doesn't say like where it says it though.
I said, where he's saying,
Isaiah 53. You're saying that it's saying that Jesus is a slave? What verse?
it says there in Isaiah 53.
Yeah, saying the chapter over and over, you fool, is not going to help you. As a matter of fact, when you bring up Isaiah 53, just so you know, look at what happens. When you go up here and you control F and you type in the word slave, that word doesn't pop up not one damn time in the entire chapter. Now, as a Muslim, do you have to practice to be stupid, or are you just born with that talent?
And I'm practicing to be.
You off the app now because you don't even know how to answer that? It's a simple question, bro. You don't need to chat GPT that. Are you born stupid, or do you have to practice?
He's just proving your point.
Guys, type 1 in the chat if you think they're born this way, or type 2 if you think it comes with practice. I want to know. I honestly want to know what you guys think. Type 1 if you think they're born this way, and type 2 if you think that it's a practice thing. Please let me know. 2, we got some 2s. 1, we got a 1. Somebody put a 12. I don't know how to take that. 2, 1, 2. Chontito keeps putting 12. What is 12? Oh, so are you saying both? Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, I got you. 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2 is getting pretty common. George says 3. George, I don't know what's going on with you over there, bro. 1 and 2.
3 means both.
Okay, so you added them? Okay. So George took a different approach. While we're doing that, guys, let's go ahead and catch up on some super chats. We do have, I think, a guest. We'll see if Emmy. If not, we got another guest, I believe. Huge shout out to Jimmy J, who sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars on YouTube. We actually got a floating heart on YouTube from Believe and Be Saved. Thank you so much, my brother. And also a gold coin from Believe and Be Saved. Jimmy J with another star. And Believe and Be Saved with 1, 2, 3 more stars, and then a gold coin. Thank you so much. You guys are killing it with the gifts, man. And then your favorite Arabic Emma, $20, bro. Who says Momo, necrophilia, grave, sick demonic human. Amen, brother. Thank you so much for that. Brother, your favorite Arab, man. This dude is always snapping with the support, man. And thank you for the $2 super chat from of your Tampa. We're all lost at one time. Jesus opened our eyes. Absolutely 100% true, man. Thank you guys so much. God bless you guys from the bottom of my heart, man. That's absolutely crazy, the way that you guys support. And not ever demanded, but so wholeheartedly appreciated. I could never articulate how grateful I am to you guys. All right, so it looks like, Johnny, I might be just using... looks like... what am I using here? Brave? I'm going to use Brave to have you guys on scene from now on. Because it looks like Mozilla Firefox for some reason has an issue with the tab kept crashing for Video Ninja. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Johnny, why can't I remove? Oh no. Okay, that's just maybe it's on Johnny's side because I added Chris just fine. I wonder if I could. Yeah, and word is away, so it's Johnny's. No problem. It's just a thing. We can still hear you. I'm assuming. Emmy, why are you off the app, bro? I asked you if you had to practice to be stupid, if you were born that way. You left the app and never came back. What's going on with you, man? Chonito G411. I don't know if this was on purpose, but we'll see what Chonito's got going on. Chonito, what's up, man?
A friend to answer.
What's up, man?
Nah, man. All I have to say, I'm glad y'all doing what y'all doing, but it's a waste of time talking to these Muslims because, I mean, ultimately, by definition, Muhammad is an antichrist.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, literally, his whatever words he was saying came from God was actually in a dark cave from a dark spirit. So it's like they're trying to debate.
Would it have been like pointless for Paul to be debating Judaizers every single day of his life?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a different angle because
No, they were Antichrist though.
No, they were Jews though, and so was Jesus.
No, they were Antichrist. They were Judaizers.
They were Antichrist.
They were under the law.
Anyone that denies the Father or the Son is an Antichrist according to John. So yes, they were Antichrist.
The point, what we're trying to tell you, Chonito, is that you see it as a waste of time, but the problem is you don't see what we see behind the scenes. You don't get the emails, you don't get the Discord messages, you don't get the YouTube comments, you don't get the DMs.
No, I mean,
of
I feel
people.
you, bro. They're satanic. They have a satanic cult. I mean, look at how
I get it, brother. But
I
I would appreciate being able to finish what I was saying. Okay, you can say that it's a waste of time, but this is the thing. This is my ministry. Just like Bear and Peace and Reformer and Jay and Tiger, Johnny and Chris and the Word. If you're going to tell us all that we're wasting our time, then you're welcome to not be here. Because the problem is with what you're saying is you're short-sightedly looking at what we're doing through a one-dimensional aspect, and you're forgetting that there are people watching. Now, right now, I am blessed to have 178 people watching on my YouTube regular live, okay? Not to mention whoever is watching on X. Okay. On my YouTube Shorts Live, I have 64 people watching. On the YouTube Shorts Live, on my second channel, I have 129 people watching. Here on TikTok, I have 183 people watching. So combine that up, we have what? Hundreds of people. That's hundreds, right? Between 600 people, 700 people watching all together, right? Which means that there are people looking and learning how to combat the stupidity of Unitarianism, of Islam, of atheism, of piss poor Christian polemics. And I get comments all the time telling me that they appreciate that I do this because I taught them how to argue something that they did not know how to argue. I get messages from Muslims telling me all the time, I just watched this video and I was already on the fence and I'm no longer a Muslim. I get DMs all the time of people asking me to talk to them about Jesus Christ because they're Muslim, but they're not convinced that Muhammad's truly a prophet. So when you say it's a waste of time, it may be a waste of time for you, but that's because you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. What you're seeing right here, brother, is literally the surface level stuff. Okay? It's literally the icing on the cake. What happens behind the scenes and under the scenes and everywhere else, that is where the ministry is done. Okay, so don't ever come up here and tell anybody they're wasting their time.
And to be clear, we don't there's people that we would not waste time with. Like there's some guests that we've dropped because they were just here, not for any real conversation. They might have ended with an insult and they were dropped. And those people we would not waste time with as soon as we see that they're a waste of time. But when we don't know who's going to come up, that's a different story.
Yeah. Do your favorite Arab again with quick. Go ahead, Jay. I'll call this.
Yeah, I just wanted to just for the record also let him know that I am a choir boy in his ministry, so I just follow whatever he does. Thank you.
Another $40 bomb from your favorite Arab. God bless the ministry. Never stop in Jesus' name. Y'all know what that gets, man.
Te vas a dar con el fuerte. Te vas a dar con el fuerte. You're gonna get hit with that. Fuerte, 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 fuerte. You're gonna get hit with that. Fuerte, fuerte. You're gonna get hit with that. Fuerte, fuerte. Te vas a dar con el fuerte.
Yeah, thank you so much. Your favorite Arab. Yeah, and I wanted to make something clear real quick. So when I was looking at, because I never really do this math, guys. I don't care. Like, I trust God to give me whatever He thinks I can handle, and everything else is for the birds, right? But when we're looking at these numbers that I have here for people that are watching, it actually illustrates to me the gravity of what we're talking about here. And this is that I don't even know who's tuning in and out on X, but when I added up those numbers, that's 543 souls watching and listening to everything that's going on here, right? That's 543 potential souls to be saved for the kingdom. Now, whether or not it actually gets through or works is irrelevant to me, because I am here to plant the seeds, and whether or not it is going to grow in the heart of someone receiving the message, that's between them and how the Holy Spirit moves behind the scenes, which is beyond my comprehension. And I am just fine with that, guys. But don't ever try to tell people that what they're doing is a waste of time, because if what I'm doing is a waste of time, that means that every church leader is wasting their time. Every street evangelist is wasting their time. Everybody is wasting their time because people are hard-headed. Do you think that Christians are any less hard-headed than Muslims? You are on crack if you believe that, my friend, because at the end of the day, the only difference between us and everybody else is that we understand that we need Christ, because we have fallen short of the glory of God every single day. Okay? That irritates me when people want to come up and tell me that it's a waste of time. Yeah, the only waste of time for me was talking to you. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness.
What's going on, my brother Maverick, my bro? What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? What's up?
I gotta turn my volume down to 0. Hold on.
You better do that, man. Logical is here, man. The nightmare.
I was going to urgent care.
I'm almost done.
The nightmares, yeah.
No, you don't.
Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to finish this promptly at 5 because my wife has a foot injury that she incurred yesterday while we were out, and we don't even know how, because she was in the water with the kids and then she came out and then she was limping. So she said that if it got much worse, and my wife's pain tolerance is ridiculous. She had 5 kids and never complained. So if she wants to go to the urgent care, that means it's really hurting her. So right after this, I'm going to go ahead and go to the urgent care with her. So I'll go to 15 more minutes. Logical. Jesus is God and did not follow Allah. What do you think?
May
my live is
everything be
flagged
alright
for hate
with
speech.
your wife.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. My live was flagged for hate speech. I don't understand why. Okay.
Yeah, Mav, can you hear me, Mav?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother. What's up?
Yeah, sorry about your wife. Hopefully she's all right.
Thanks, man.
So, Jesus is God. I mean, God forbid. Did not follow Allah. I mean, come on, bro, man. You know, Jesus Christ followed Allah by worshiping the God of Abraham, the only true God.
Now, you think that, hold on. So do you think that Allah, the Allah that you believe in, the one who used Muhammad as a prophet, do you think that that's the God of Abraham?
Absolutely the same God. Absolutely.
Absolutely not, brother.
Absolutely yes.
Nope. Because that God contradicted himself so much that there's no way it could be the same God, because all throughout the Old Testament, just alone in the fact that a multi-personal God was illustrated so many times, all the way as early as the book of Genesis, all the way through the end of the Old Testament, right? It couldn't be the same God, because your prophet says, say 1, not 3. But the issue is that the Abrahamic faith always believed in a multi-personal God. And that was only until after the crucifixion, when the Jews started purposely eisegeting their own text to exclude the possibility of a multi-personal God. But it couldn't be the same God. There's no way.
Can you show me in the Old Testament of multi-personal God?
Genesis 19:24. Here, let me do you one.
19:24.
Let me do you one better. Here, let's do one that you really can't escape, because I know you well enough to know the word games you like to play. Right here, brother. Proverbs 30. This is Proverbs 30. Chapter 30, verse 4. You want to read this, or you want me to read it?
What translation is this? Or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. They all say the same thing.
30
So here,
verse 4.
yeah, here.
I'll read it.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, yeah, who has ascended to heaven and come down, who has gathered the wind in his fist, who has wrapped up the waters in a garment, who has established all the ends of the earth. What is his name? Who is his son's name?
Nope.
Surely
Say it
you
again.
know.
No. What is his name?
What is, and what's the other one? What is it? What is his son's name?
You damn straight. Surely you know.
Okay. Surely you know. Okay, what's his son's name?
Jesus Christ.
Does it say there,
Amen.
Jesus?
It doesn't have to say Jesus Christ. Is it here talking? Is it here talking about God having a son?
Yes, but God doesn't only have one son, right? He's got multiple sons.
He's
in the
got
Bible.
only one begotten son, brother.
Okay, let me read from the beginning. It says here, I'm reading New International Version because it's a lot easier to read. So this is what it says: the sayings of Agur, son of Jakeh, an inspired utterance. This man's utterance to Ithiel. I am weary, God, but I can prevail. Sorry, I am a brute, not a man. I do not have human understanding. I have not learned wisdom, nor have I attained to the knowledge of Holy One. Who has gone up to heaven and come down, whose hands have gathered up to the wind, who has wrapped up the waters in the cloak, who has established all the ends of the earth. What is his name and what is the name of his son? Surely you know. Every word of God is flawless. He is a shield to those who take refuge in him. So what is his name?
The name
And what
of
is
the
his,
Son
what is,
of God.
Yeah, who is that one? Who is that one?
Jesus Christ, brother.
It doesn't say that, and your God has got multiple sons.
In
David is
Matthew
called the son of God.
3:16.
Which other son would have held the garments of the winds and fit the description that Proverbs 34:4 describes?
Wait, it doesn't say anything there about the son sharing in terms of creating the wind and the heaven. It doesn't say that.
So why do you think it mentions the sun? What is the purpose of the sun being mentioned? Just to sound cool?
I don't know, unless you can provide evidences for me this is Jesus, because remember, your Bible has got multiple sons of God.
Matthew
Come on, guys.
3:16.
Yeah, John 3:13 explicitly connects this verse to Jesus because the language, it literally parallels it to Jesus.
Yeah, of course they're gonna do that because the New Testament came later. They're gonna connect it to Jesus to make it look like it's Jesus. But we know that this is what you guys do in your New Testament.
So where in the Old Testament would you say that the other sons mentioned, namely Israel or any of the kings, whichever son you're talking about, where can you identify these sons being the ones in view in Proverbs 30 verse 4?
So, hang on, let me keep reading. Every word of God is flawless. He's a shield to those who take refuge in him. Do not add to his words, or he will rebuke you and provide and prove you a liar. Okay, so let me go to the Hebrew text. 1 second, let me go to the Hebrew text and see what it says there. Because you Christians, you like to change things, man. This is why the Jews always quote you guys out.
Did we change things when the Father spoke vocally and said, "This is my Son, with whom I'm well pleased"? Your Allah claims that is a true statement of God.
Wait, I'm reading the Hebrew text here. It says here, what is his name? What is his name and what the name of his son? Surely you must know. Okay. So who is this son then? Can you guys tell me? It doesn't say Jesus there. Where does it say Jesus there?
Doesn't have to.
Guys.
It fits the description.
It doesn't say Jesus there though. The name Jesus is not there.
I already
It just
told
says
you
the
it doesn't
son.
have to. It fits the description.
Yeah, but this can be anyone that is righteous to God, right?
Anyone that's righteous to God can hold the garment
Yeah.
of wind in their hands.
Wait. And
Yeah,
anyone can
everyone
be
becomes
righteous.
a deity. Is that right?
anyone that is righteous according to your Bible is the son of God.
Yeah, but is anyone that righteous ascends to heaven, descends, gather the winds in their fists, bounds the water in the garments, establish all the ends of the earth?
No, nobody does that except if God gives you the ability to do it.
Okay. So then why would this be describing another generic son who is righteous rather than the divine second person of the Trinity, Jesus?
It doesn't mention Jesus there. Come on, guys.
I'm
It doesn't
asking you,
mention Jesus there.
I'm asking you, why would it refer to anyone else just generically righteous when the description is clearly divine, like establishing the ends of the earth? Why would it be a generic son then instead of the divine son?
Yeah. This is
Okay,
Jesus even in the Quran.
And keep in mind,
oh,
even if it's
really?
not, and keep in mind, even if it's not Jesus, the original point was that the Old Testament teaches a multi-personal God. So even if we're going to say that the New Testament corrupts this and changes this, and that the original Jews would have rejected this, fine, but that doesn't change the point that there's a multi-personal God being spoken of here.
Okay, but there's no evidence here to suggest it's Jesus, man. It just says his son. So
well, the thing about it is logical. This is what you. I mean, this is what you do every time, bro. And it's ridiculous because your question was to show evidence of a multi-personal God. So then we do that, and you keep playing these silly word games. Well, there's no evidence to say that it's Jesus. Well, yeah, no crap, because this is in the Old Testament before Jesus was incarnate. And this is the thing, is that you like to play these idiotic word games, right? And right now I'm not in the mood, dude, because you ask for something and then you like to start laughing with that idiotic laugh of yours, right? And you like to pretend like that's what you actually asked for. And there's nothing that's going to say about a multi-personal God before his incarnate form that was Jesus, right? Right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I wanted, yeah, Maverick, was very clear. Can you show me multi-personal God in your Bible? You're bringing up somebody being the son of God. That's not enough.
Okay.
Maverick, come on.
So go to Genesis 19:24.
Okay, let's go to Genesis 19:24.
Even though the description in Proverbs 30 is very clear, but anyways.
Genesis. What translation do you use so that we can go together?
I go to the ESV. It doesn't really matter which one you use.
No. We'll go to ESV because it's easier to read it together. So 19:24, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. No problem, yeah.
So 19:24. Then the Lord rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven. So how many different locations do you have the same God in at the same time?
Then the Lord rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Okay. I'm not sure why you're asking me that question.
Because it's making it clear that Moses, when dictating this, is making it clear that the Lord is in two simultaneous locations. How can the Lord, who is only one, and there is no multi-personal God, be standing there at Sodom and Gomorrah, raining down sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven? So the Lord is in heaven and right there at the foot of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Because the Bible, the angels can also
This doesn't
be
say
called
anything.
Lord
This is
as well.
no, they can't.
No, they can't.
No, they can't.
No,
That
they
never
can't.
actually happens. That's a lie.
Yes, they can be called.
Show me one time.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get a
You'd be
reference here.
confusing the angel of the Lord.
Well, if he does bring that up, that's going to be easy.
Wait. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay. Go ahead.
So this is Genesis 19.
Yeah.
Verses 1 to 2. It says here, and there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up and met them, and bowed himself with his face towards the ground. And he said, behold, my lords, turn in, I pray, you in your servant's house.
So you think this is the same word?
Well, yeah, it's the same word.
Okay. So right here, the word lords, what do you notice about it?
The word lords here, it's plural.
The word lords here is plural, and it's in all lowercase. Look at the difference between that and 1924, brother. Let me see if you're going to be honest with what this is actually saying. Then the Lord, what do you see about that word right there?
Yeah, the Lord. Yeah.
It's all capitalized, right?
Yeah, but then in Hebrew, you don't have that in Hebrew.
No, but
capital
the
letters.
Hebrew word that
Hebrew,
right. Go ahead.
It's
Go ahead,
Yahweh.
Chris. Yeah, it's Yahweh.
In Hebrew, it's Yahweh.
Right.
In 19:2, it's Adonai.
Adonai.
My lords.
So it's completely different, brother. So you don't even know what you're talking about, unfortunately. But
No,
you know what, guys?
no. It's Adonai. Both of them.
No, it's not.
It's Adonai.
No, it's not.
Adonai. Adonai.
Right. It's Yahweh in verse 24, brother. Yes, brother, you can keep on denying it. I don't care if you keep denying it. We've actually read the text. We've looked at the lexicons. We know what it actually says. There's a reason why the word Lord is only ever used for God is in all capital letters. Capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D. The other Lord with a capital L or all lowercase is not for God. It's for something else. So I already told you guys, hold on, brother. I already told you guys I got to go because my wife has to go. So thank you guys all so much for being here. Be safe, be good, be blessed. I'll see you guys when I see you. Remember that Jesus is king and the only way to heaven. Have a good one, guys.
All right, peace.
God bless.